time for your mind.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Oh,
I'm with my dog, Big Dog Chico in the building. It's Coach Hayes in the building. Talk
now,
to us, man. What's up with you?
back in effect, live and direct. It's the BiGDogg, the deal with Dub. Got my dog, Coach Hayes, all the way from South Florida, man. We checking in. We got the prime debate. Something new for you guys. If you're listening in now, wherever you're listening in from, tuning in from internationally, nationally known, worldwide, whatever it is, make sure you run them likes up. Share it with your friends. Share it with your dogs. Let them know it's going down right now, man. Get in the comments. Let's go.
Hey, check this out, man. We're doing something new here on these channels. One thing I learned about YouTube, you know this too. We had a chance to talk behind this deal, Chico, man. If you ain't evolving and if you don't adapt, you're gonna die. In the words of Nick Saban, man. So we got to push this thing, man. And one thing we wanted to start doing is make collaborations with content creators. You know what I mean? And it is what it is, and we're gonna have a lot of fun. But here's the special thing about it, I'll say, Chico. We are actually live streaming on both channels. So live streaming on my channel, live streaming on your channel. We bringing everybody to the party. You know what I mean? Because didn't you do some party promotions out there, dog? Isn't this how you bring the people to the party?
Oh, most definitely. You got to. You know what I mean? When I had the speed hustle parties, what everybody would know about in the state of Alabama, we would put things together. And of course, we would collab in different ways, whether it was with teams that we knew about or neighborhoods or whatever. It's all about coming together, bringing everybody together to have a good time. So that's what we're here for, man. We're bringing people who listen in to Coach Hayes' show, listening to my show, who never heard either one of our shows, just happen to be checking in. This is what we're here for, man. Collaboration rule a nation. You feel me?
Also, real quick, man. Like I say, I want you to do some shout outs to some of the people you may see in your chat. I'll throw them up on the screen if I can find them quickly. But shout out to my producer, Ellen, in the building. I always call her a producer. You know what I mean? Look at it. She on both shows. She's so good. She did it twice. She on both of these deals, man. Right. And like I said, we're gonna have a good time here. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We're calling it the prime debate, right? Just having a good time, having great conversation about the Colorado Buffaloes and this new deal that's going on out here. I mean, you know, everybody knowing the hype around Coach Prime leaving from Jackson State. I don't have to go down that road, but coming out of Colorado, currently 3-0. Heading to Oregon, to Eugene, Oregon, to play the Ducks on a motorcycle. And it's going to be interesting to find out, man. So we're here to talk about it and get into this deal. Also, we're going to open up the phone line later so people can call in. But I would prefer this. This is my preference. And Chico, you can let me know. When you call in, I would like if you guys ask us a question. Sometime when we call in, kind of want to give you a point of view. I would love to see if you guys can ask us a question because we got two talking heads up here. And if I can't answer it, maybe Chico can, or Chico can't answer it, maybe I can, or we both have answers to it. So I would love that in that effect, man. But I did a thumbs up. Let me know everything looks good, sounds good in the chat on both ends, if you don't mind. And let me get a thumbs up Hayes for Hayes' side. Let me get a thumbs up Chico for Chico's side because we're a little late. And I know people hate me being late, so I got to slap myself because, you know, I like to be on, hey, I like to be on time, but it was our first time dual streaming, so we had to make that happen. All right, yeah. So we got Chico there. They got a thumbs up on your side here. That's perfect, man. I appreciate it. Dude, in the building.
Miss Pleasantly Plump, Miss Marie, Ellen V, Pete Holland, Jonas Littles, Jason Williams, and everybody, man, out there and wherever you're checking in from. I appreciate you checking in. You know how we about to do this, man. Let's turn it up right now. Y'all got some topics y'all want us to discuss. We can definitely get it in, but we have some already written out on the board, like Coach Hayes said, with Colorado going to Oregon. Where you want to start off, Coach Hayes? You want to go a little backtrack, talk about post-game Colorado versus Colorado State and what you think? I see some comments talking about that now.
Yeah, of course, we got to go back. That's what we're going to do on these shows. We're going to kind of go backwards and forward, meaning talk about the previous week game and then talk about the game upcoming. I would like to start off with this, man. I remember at the very beginning of the show, of course, Lil Wayne brings out the Colorado Buffaloes. He in the locker room. I couldn't really hear the song that he was singing because, you know, so loud and so forth.
Yeah.
One of the commentators said, hey, it's like the BET Awards. And I kind of felt a little shaky about it. I had to be honest. Like, you know, when he said it, even though I know he was a brother that said it, but I felt kind of shaky because I thought that was a shot as well. Yeah. I thought that was a shot to Colorado and Coach Prime, rather, and what it is versus saying stuff maybe a little bit different. What's your thoughts on those comments there?
I think he was kind of reciting some stuff that he's seen all over the internet, leading up to that moment. Because I've seen that comment too, where people saying, Colorado sidelines look like the BET Awards. They were talking about that from the last game, that it looks like the BET Awards. With all the people that was there, Cameron and Lou Young and all the other Michael Irvin and all the other celebrities were there. So I think he was just kind of trying to reference that, but maybe didn't say it in the right way, or maybe he wasn't the right person to relay it. You know what I mean? And it's kind of looked like the BET Awards out here. Like,
Yeah,
nah,
I ain't gonna lie, when he said it, I was like, huh? And then I had because when he said, I'm gonna be honest with you, I heard it, but I wasn't looking at the TV. So when I heard it, I was like, boy,
right,
I was
right.
ready to pounce, dog. I was ready to pounce.
See, because of the way he said, but it was two black dudes up there, Lewis Riddick and I think Mark Jones was the one doing the calling of the game. So yeah, it kind of surprised some people, but I had saw that on social media earlier, and it wasn't a big deal to me though.
No, it wasn't. But again, right? We know everybody's socially walking on eggshells, and people are scared to say certain things and whoop de woo. And we know people have a tendency, especially with Twitter, everybody has a voice, YouTube and so forth, all the social media sites, everybody has a voice to voice their opinion, and
Right.
those sparks can catch fire. And we all know that. Let me ask you a question about that. So far as the entertainment value of it, since we're in that realm, how do you feel about the whole fanfare of the celebrities and the because I'm kind of getting this feel of the USC Reggie Bush era, but it was more movie stars, not necessarily rap artists, but you had the movie stars coming because they right in Hollywood. What's your thoughts about just the entire fanfare of maybe the music industry and the artists that are showing up?
Well, yeah, I think it's a good thing. I think if you reference back to USC. The difference is USC is right there. They were able to just come from LA and just go right there. These guys are making that trek to Colorado like it's a daggone it's Mecca. It's the black Mecca. You know what I'm saying? They're going to see Coach Prime. You know, they're going to the Church of Prime right now, and they're making sure they go see him up there in Boulder, Colorado, man. Where I'm sure most of us have never been before, but once we get up there, we like, man, this is something different and this is beautiful. I'm sure everybody who's never been there, who's come from the inner cities or the hood or anything of that nature, goes to that place and they're like, I can see why, people come here and feel like they're in a safe space or incubator type system where they could just grow and get better as a person or whatever. Just like Coach Prime said, y'all bring in boys, I'm gonna bring you back men. Now I was with someone who was there and they were like, man, I just don't see anything I would be doing up here in Boulder. It just looks like it's nothing to do. But I was like, well, that's because things are so spaced out. If you come from the city where
Right.
things are on top of each other, then
Right.
it'll look like, man, all I see is grass and mountains. But man, it's a place to see. I think Coach Prime has gotten him like Michael Irvin said, a small piece of heaven on earth up there in Boulder, Colorado, and he's going to be able to convince a lot of other guys to come there. The parents are going to be happy, as we've seen with Travis Hunter dad. I think most parents are going to feel like Travis Hunter's father does, and in the fact that Coach Prime is here, he's an extension of me. He's a second type father figure for my son.
Yeah, like, yeah, and you're right. I will say this for all my South Florida folks out there, we got quite a few. The highest thing we see is I-95 when it go up and down. That's about high as we go, or maybe an elevator, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's what it is. We don't really get hey, we don't get too high when it comes to elevation.
uh,
I'll leave it like that. But
right.
however, I know Colorado, they get high in elevation as well.
Definitely. Legally.
I'll leave that alone. All right. All right, man. So yeah, now you did have a chance to talk to Travis Hunter's father. I saw you did an interview. Just tell the people quickly, I guess, about that or whatever the case may be. What were your thoughts? What did he mention for those that missed it? And they can go check it out.
Well, yeah, you can go check it out on my page as soon as you can. Travis Hunter Sr. Got a chance to interview him, talk about what he felt about Travis Hunter taking that lick, and we've also saw how Travis Hunter felt too, and they kind of feel the same way, saying that it is football, but of course, as a father, you feel like you never want to see your son in that position like that. But what he did say was he feel comfortable that he's there with Coach Prime because he knows that Coach Prime knows his son and knows that he's going to do what's in the best interest for his son. And that means that if he does, if that means that if it's not playing, then he's not playing. You know, to make sure he gets back healthy to be the best Travis Hunter that he can be. So he talked about growing up, having Travis Hunter as a young kid. Um, you know, as a young kid himself, he been a good kid growing up. We talked about his development and so on, and a lot of things of that nature. But good interview to go check out. Travis Hunter Sr. We haven't heard a lot of him at all, a lot from him at all on the internet, and we was able to get a good little, probably 45 minutes out talking about Travis Hunter and his feelings on everything that's going on right now. So check it out.
Sure enough. Yeah, sure enough, man. So let's go ahead and kick this deal off, man. Like I say, it's not. I want people to understand this is the prime time to debate with Chico and I'm sorry, Big Dog Chico and Coach Hayes or Coach Hayes and Big Dog Chico. You know, 2 plus 3 and 3 plus 2 is still 5. It don't matter how it goes.
Right,
So,
right.
so talk to me, Chico. You let's talk a little bit. What's on your mind? What do you want to ask? What do we want to talk about? What's on your paper?
Well, let's see what's on my paper that I written down over here anyway. Um, I guess I'll start with something that we may be able to debate about. We might be on the same page about. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? And that is, I guess we could go for number one and just go to Shedeur Sanders and
Mhm.
his placement and what you feel like his placement is as far as Heisman Trophy. All right. As far as, you know what? Hold up. Should we go there right now? I think
It's
there's
up to you.
I think there's a hot topic going on right now. And I don't know if you've seen it, man, but what you think about Charleston White?
Okay. First
What
of
you think
all,
about Charleston White, man? He made comments. He got online and said F Deion Sanders. He said
20
he
grand.
put
Want to
20
put 20
grand bounty on
should
Shedeur Sanders for somebody to go out there and hurt the man. Uh how 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 could somebody get online? And he's from Dallas, where Coach Prime is from, or had a big impact in. He said Coach Prime didn't do that for the black people. What is having a whole youth truth football league and coaching thousands of young kids? What is that doing? That's helping the inner cities, right? That's taking kids off the street, right? That's showing them some type of discipline, responsibility, and all these other things, right? But then you got a young man coming out like Charleston White, who I think is just clout chasing, right?
Mhm.
Trying to say something about Coach Prime because it's a hot topic right now. And then he's saying something negative about him. How could someone that said he's for the betterment of black people and for the betterment of the youth, well, recently he said F the youth. How could you say all of these things and then come back and say F Coach Prime and then put a bounty on a kid's head in a football game? That don't make sense to me.
Yeah, so here's what I'll say, right? When we talked about doing this show, we wanted to keep it, a professional, kind of a first take kind of deal. And, you know, but sometimes you got to meet ignorance with ignorance.
That's what
I'm
you get.
just saying.
That's what you
Sometimes you
get.
got to meet ignorance with ignorance. I got to be honest with you. Charleston White, if anybody needs to be canceled, if anybody, the Twitter, what are the Twitter overseers that cancel people for silly stuff,
Right.
that right there, where you clearly say you want to put 20 stacks on a kid for getting hurt, not 20 stacks to a dude that may beat them and have the highest ranking stat or whatever like that in a competitive nature. You actually truly put a bounty out on a young man. And you may have one of these kids who don't have an NIL deal.
Mm-hmm.
That's hungry. That's
Right.
starving.
Right.
That needs that.
Right.
And guess what? He go and do something stupid. And then he go to Charles and White like, hey, boy, I need them. I need them stacks, bro. Like,
Right.
what's up? Like at the end of the day, yeah, I hear Shedeur, but I gotta eat. I
Mm-hmm.
need that. And to me, that right there is cancel worthy. I don't care if you're black, white, ugly, Indian, or whatever, because that's clear and utter ignorance and stupidity. And he comes on and he tells people that he does stuff like that for clout. He says
Right.
that. However,
I think
these
that's a
young
cover up. I think that's a cover up for him to be able to say, I was playing the character. I was playing the character.
I can agree with that 1,000%.
That was
But
just
but
cover.
but but still, however, you still got young kids who are hungry that we see each and every day do stupid stuff because somebody said something. And
Right.
to me,
That's
if Elon Musk want to cancel some, I know you want freedom of speech on your Twitter account, Elon Musk, but that should be an automatic ban right there.
my
Straight up.
automatic
I'm just
ban.
being honest. Automatic ban.
He's saying
He,
something
he,
like
yeah.
that.
I mean, I just can't. I just can't get into to that. You know what I
I,
mean? At the end of the day, we still talking about a sport. And then I'll go back and say this. If you're mad at Deion Sanders, then stay mad at Deion Sanders. If you're mad because you feel as if he didn't do anything for the community, why are you taking it out on the kid?
mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? Why take it out on his sons that's playing the game? If you feel like, you have a right to say what you want. If you feel like Coach Prime didn't do enough for the community, X, Y, and Z, voice that opinion. No harm, no foul. Say what you want to say. But
Exactly.
to say I'm going to put a bounty on somebody, this, that, and the other, and bro. And I'm going to tell you something. Can I just be honest? I seen Charleston, a couple of Charleston White videos when he was at you can't say certain words, so I'm going to spell it backwards, the NUG range.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't look handy with it.
No.
He sure didn't look handy with it. So those are the kind of guys, they want to be shock jocks. I know they get clicks, likes, and whatever in the third. But you got to pay. You got to make people pay for stuff like that. But I'm not going to belabor that point. I think if anybody else has a different sentiment, well, here come ignorance with ignorance. Show ass out of here.
You need to be slap charged and white yourself, and then you need to be your mace that you carry need to be taken from you. You need to be sprayed with it yourself for saying stupid stuff like that. You can't be dummy all of your life. All right, that's all I'll say about that. All right.
Straight up, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We got 500 people out. Now, again, we're learning this, so I got 500 people showing on my side. How many you got on your side, Chico? Does it show?
Oh man, I just put it on charger. I think I was at like 220, 250.
Okay. All right, so 750 in the building. Let's get this thing to a stack, huh? Let's get this thing to a stack. Let's make it big, man. But
25. Y'all run the likes up. If you haven't hit the like button yet, go ahead hit the likes. Make sure you do that and share this thing as we getting more out. 280 on Chico's side is saying Jason Williams. Shout out to everybody in the chat once again. Man, we got Colorado coming up, going to Oregon, right? And I don't know. Did you watch the Oregon game? I really didn't. I know they have Bo Nix at quarterback. I know they played Hawaii the first game. They won what? Or not the first game. What is that? Last week, 55-10. They won, and then 38-30 versus Texas Tech. That was what was that? The first game? Yeah, that was the first game. So I know Bo Nix was Auburn's quarterback, and I got a chance to see him in the SEC a lot. Wasn't really that guy. I think he played well last year. A lot of people got him in the Heisman contention this year. Top 3 quarterback if he came out in the draft. What do you think about Bo Nix? Because I think he's, in the words of Bubba Dub, hot trash.
Oh my God. Can I do this though? And I hate to do this though, Chico, but I want to stay on this Colorado State game for 1 second.
Oh,
I do. I
want to stay
on Colorado State for 1 second.
Okay.
As they said, rewind, selecta.
Yes, sir.
Listen, Colorado State. Let's talk about the Colorado State game.
Uh-huh.
The reason I want to go back to that, and I want to ask you this. I would assume 99% or 99.9% of America, except the 105 players that's on Colorado State's team, thought this was going to be a blowout. And it clearly wasn't, especially due to the comments that were made by Coach Jay Norville over there about the sunglasses and the hat and the interviews. Like I said, I don't want to be labeled. I don't want to go back and talk about that. Everybody has heard that. But it didn't turn out that way. I have to give credit to Colorado State. Them boys came to play. Them boys, and when I say that, meaning defense was biting. Defense was coming. You saw white jerseys everywhere, right? I'm just going back to Colorado State's point. I thought they did a great adjustment coming into this game of kind of rattling or getting Shedeur off schedule. And what do I mean? Not throwing on pattern, right? So for maybe people that don't necessarily know, there's a thing called off schedule, meaning where, you 3-step and deliver the ball, right? Kind of like in practice, but now he's got to slide and move a little bit. And I thought he was a little uncomfortable in the very first half because that number 8, Kamara, was coming. Now he was coming. But I do think that they really studied the previous two films. They came out, they had a good game plan, and they stuck to it. You know what I mean? Did they get some lucky breaks? Sure, that's part of winning ball games as well. What was your thoughts? Let's just talk first half. Colorado. How did you see Colorado coming out? Did you? And I know you do the games live during the game with Dave, if I'm not mistaken, where you're
Right.
biting your nails like, God, dog, come on, y'all, what's up?
Not at all, man. I'm sorry. I'm one of those guys. I look at, and a lot of people say I'm a football purist. I'm a football purist, and I'm one of those guys that understand the game of football to where it can go either way at any time. First quarter doesn't determine the fourth quarter, the final play or whatever. The most important play is the next play. And I analyzed the game, commentated the game throughout. And once they got down, if we're just talking about the first quarter, of course, I wanted them to come out fast. I thought it was going to be more of striking down the field for the offense, a lot of attacking them vertically. I was looking for, but I didn't see that. I saw a lot of sideways, horizontal type throws, trying to get screen passes off and trying to get the run off, which didn't work. Colorado State was on that with their scheme and what they were doing, but it was just a feel out process. As long as they can do just execute without the mistakes, but the mistakes came. That's what happened. The picks came, drop pass, interception. That stops the drive. Matter of fact, it puts points on the board because there's a pick six. Fumble by Travis Hunter, return for another touchdown. That's 14 points right there. A lot of people forgetting how they got the points. It was all flukes, you know. In
Mm-hmm.
my opinion, it was all flukes. A pick that Shedeur normally doesn't throw that was on point that hit the receiver's hand, and a
Mm-hmm.
fumble by the best player on the field. You're not going to see that happen too many times this season, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't really worried about that too much. I was just, if we could weather this storm, if we can get our offense on track, because he was a little bit, out of rhythm, we can get them on track, then I wasn't really worried about that, man. The game was broken down to where, because their offense really, take away those 14 points, their offense really, really now, if you really look at the game and the plays that they converted, the defense was right there on top of the catches or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
first down conversions. So they wasn't too far off. You know what I mean? So I wasn't
Yeah,
worried
but
about it, man. I
yeah,
was
and you're right. I agree with that. But however, as we all know, that's part of the game, right?
part of
Scooping
the game.
scores, so forth and so
Go.
on. As well as you got to give credit to 14 for that doggone jet
Beautiful.
screen pass,
Yeah,
bro.
and
I
throw.
don't think quarterbacks weren't throwing them that pretty, dog. I mean, it wasn't like he was wide open. We saw Trevor Woods. It was a contested throw, just like when they played TCU. I forget the tight end's name, where Trevor Woods was there against, I think, 6'7" or whatever it was. But however, bro, 14 a grown man now. I like,
Made a
if
beautiful
anybody,
throw. On the
bro,
run. Damn near he was rolling out. Bam, made a beautiful throw over the outstretched arms of Trevor Woods right into that back or the upfield shoulder of the tight end. Beautiful throw on point. Anyway,
bro,
Trevor Woods would have knocked that ball down.
or
You know,
or it's incomplete. Like
or is
it'd have
it,
been over his arm. And Trevor Woods has his hand up. Like, bro, some things are just like, my goodness, you know what I mean? But
yeah,
14 with
it's
that
a game of
sideline catch,
catches. And just like that catch,
you made.
right, just like that catch over Trevor Woods, the same conversion over Cam Silman Craig. Same thing happened with Breedlove. They were right there,
Mm-hmm.
but just didn't make that play right there. So that's what the game that separates, first downs and turnover on downs right there. But all in all, going to the second half, even on the first half, when Coach Norvell took those 3 points off the board and tried to get a touchdown, I said right there in the live stream to Dave, hey man, you can't take points off the board like that, especially if you're coming into a dog fight and you have the lesser team, right? I know you're trying to, well, we got another opportunity. No, you just put points on the board. Don't take
So
it off.
so
Even if
so
you
Chico,
gambling,
hold up,
even if you, that's,
hold
like
up.
hood rules. You don't burn your money,
Nah,
dog. You
hold
don't
up,
burn
Chico.
money. You know that.
Hold up, Chico. Hold up.
Let's go.
I
Here we
hear
go.
what you're saying. Hindsight is 2020.
Yeah, hindsight
If you're
2020.
if you're coaching that team, you get a personal foul to move the chains to keep it alive. You don't take the 3 points off the board where you potentially could score. He's not looking for a pick six going the other way. You already in field goal range. You know that.
Listen,
You're telling me, hold on. You're telling me, Chico, if you are the head coach at Colorado State Rams, that you get a personal foul. Yeah, it takes 3 points off the board, but you have an opportunity to push that thing forward. You don't do that?
Here's the debate. Listen, you know your team. That's first of all, that shows you're a good coach or whatever. You know your daggone team, man. You take those, you just kick the field goal. Now you get a personal foul, and you like, no, you know your team though. You know you have a mistake-driven team. You just got 50 points put up on you. You need to take these points right now, enforce that personal foul on the kickoff, and let's go play football. You don't take points off the board. It's just the rule.
But
It's
you
the
don't
rule.
I agree with you. You don't take points
I
off the
understand
board
what
in
you was
certain
trying to do,
situations.
but you're asking me what I said in the live, which goes, which
No,
is
I get it.
parallel to what I believe, which is don't take points off the board. And I said right there in that live, I said he took the points off the board. That might come back to bite him in the butt. And hey, which it did. Exactly what happened.
I mean, yeah, it bit him. I mean,
It
21 bit
did
him
it.
in the butt. Hey, he almost went high stepping on him when he thought about it.
Yeah, he was
But
about to step.
here's where the prime debate is. We have to agree to disagree on that point because as a coach, like I said, you're entitled to
But you feel
whatever.
like you would
Not
have taken it and be like, okay, let's go,
have
let's get
to.
it, let's get it.
You
Yeah.
have to.
I
You
understand.
have to. Yeah, you have. In my opinion, I have to take those points because in my mind, I'm not playing for a turnover. I'm already in field goal range, right?
Right.
I'm not up against the clock where time is of essence. Um, and I got the momentum. Usually, when you get 15 yarders, a momentum carries in that deal. Quarterback just made a bad read and so forth, and that happens. That's part of the game, and that's where I tell people, when people say, "Oh, a scoop and scoring things happen," well, it goes both ways because the dude made a bad read, and he ain't a bad quarterback. And I will say this: Colorado State, those number 4, 14 in that quarterback, and number 5 got put on the map by playing that game.
Oh, definitely.
Because
The quarterback.
nobody on this live, all 619 on my side, not sure what's on your side. Nobody on this live knew any of those guys' name. I had to Google 14.
Had to Google all of them. But the point is this: if you take that as a coach and you take the 3 points off the board, then now you have to realize, okay, I got 3 points that was in my back pocket. I got to make sure I don't do anything to put that in jeopardy. I'm just gonna run the ball, bam. Run the ball here, bam. Maybe run the ball here or bootleg here, something, bam. But I still got those 3 points. I'm gonna come back and try to kick it again. That's at the most. But he went out there and tried to be aggressive even more. I understand though. That's what he do. Mad Dog 2020. He was going for it, and it bit him in the butt though. That's just me, and I said it on the live. It's gonna come back to haunt him, and that's what happened. And
Now,
you
listen,
underdog.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
I get it, man. And like you say, hindsight is 2020. Monday
hindsight
morning
is
quarterback.
2020.
We all say that. Yeah, we
Yeah.
say, but man, that's tough. Let's do this, man. So we talked a little bit about Colorado, uh, and Colorado State first half. Second half, what happened? You tell me what caused, like, what was the adjustment in the game plan from, like, it's literally, you hear this all the time, right? This game was a tale of two halves. It
Right.
truly was a tale of two halves. What was the difference? Why was
That's
Colorado able
that's
to
in
do
front of
what
me
they
right
did?
now. Without looking at the stats that's in front of me right now, the difference in the game in the first half and the second half, yes, was the adjustments made by the coaching staff. We didn't see it immediately because some of the same things were still happening. But if you take a closer look at it, and that's why Cameron Simon, Craig, and Breedlove was on those passes that close, nearly breaking them up because they made those adjustments in halftime. Whether it was one side play man, the other side play zone, or linebackers, you guys got to chip these crosses coming out now. Whatever it was, they made those adjustments. Same thing on offense. They realized what they were doing in those zones. That they knew what we had to attack, or exactly what we had to attack on offense versus their defense. They knew Jimmy Horn Jr. can get downfield versus that safety, number 11, Blackburn. So they took advantage of what they saw. Shedeur Sanders just made the adjustments. He said the offensive line just had to, get comfortable and get settled in. Also, as the game goes on, the better team is going to prevail. The lesser team, the ones who knew that they probably didn't have a chance to come in, they're going to start making those mistakes. That's when you saw those personal fouls come in. That's when you saw those face masks on Shedeur come in. The
Mhm.
the ejection on the tackle on Shedeur Sanders. That's when you saw those things happen, because now the lesser team, whether it's lesser conditioned, lesser talented, lesser coached, whatever it is, all of those things are going to start rearing his head, and that's what happened in the third and the fourth quarter at the end.
Yeah, I'll say this. I can't remember if it was in the first half. I think it was in the second half. Colorado State threw that ball deep, got down to the 2, but ended up having a holding penalty that brought it back. I'm not sure. I can't remember what quarter.
Yeah.
Somebody in the chat put what quarter that was in. That was a huge pass down there. And I will say this, I'm being honest. I did the good, bad, and ugly. For those that are new here to the channel, that's where I do a breakdown, the good plays, bad, ugly, so forth. You can check that out as well on the channel. However, as watching the game live, and I had you on one screen, I had the computer on, I had the game on the other screen and so forth. Here's what I thought was the real turning point of the game. And I said, Colorado State is in trouble. On that 3rd and 10 with 3 minutes left in the game, right? It was 28-20. 28-20. It was 3rd and 10. 3 minutes left, knowing the new rule of first downs, don't stop the clock and so forth. They didn't convert it. They threw it like 8 yards short or whatever. I think number 4 caught it, whatever. And they punted the ball down to the 2-yard line. And I said to myself, it's going to come to a 2-point conversion. I couldn't say that they were going to complete it or not, but I did say to myself, it's going to come down to this. And especially if you don't put pressure on 2. If you let 2 sit back there and throw on schedule, you're going to be on the couch. And that's exactly what happened.
That's the thing. And I'm glad we have receipts and videos and recordings so that we can go back and look at the things, because that's exactly what I said. When he had the chance in the fourth quarter, before he punted that ball, he had a chance to try to go for it, right? And try to go ahead and end the game, because the first down essentially ends the game. 4th and 2, it was 3rd and long or whatever. He got down to 2 yards. 4th and 2 comes up now. I take that and I get up to the line of scrimmage. I try to make them guys jump off sides. They don't jump off sides. Boom, bam. Let's take it or take the delay of game if you know you're going to punt. You know what I mean? If you're not going to punt, right? If you're not going to punt, call a timeout and let's go over here and we're going to call up our best play on offense. Man, I'm gonna tell my team. I'm gonna have the whole team come up and I'm gonna tell them, hey, we're gonna win the game right here.
I don't know, Chico.
This is the ball game right here. Or as opposed to saying what? I'm going to put it on my defense's hands to try to stop Shedeur Sanders. You don't know that you're going to get a punt all the way down to the 2-yard line. That's by chance.
But you do know you're going to get at least 80-yard deal, right? By kicking it. They were close enough to get it.
Yeah, you did a good job on them the whole game. But, hindsight 2020. But at the same time, no, dog. You win the game right there. He made at least two crucial mistakes by taking 3 points off the board earlier in the game and then not trying to go for it at the end of the game. Now, a lot of people would have said, oh, you tried to go for it, you should have punted it, and not
2020.
And not let Shedeur go 55 yards as opposed to 80. No, dog. I think you can live with saying we tried to win the game right here and we didn't step up. It's 2 yards, dog. Y'all been going all spring and summer, and you telling me 2 yards is what separated you? And you're going to try to say, oh, I put it on my defense hand? Man, please.
So CJ Underwood said not 38-30 in the third with 3 minutes. Well, I apologize. 28-30. I apologize.
No, I thought you said 28.
I thought I said 2, so maybe we're talking
whatever it was, we know what we know.
We know what it was. Yeah. And CJ Underwood. Always been a fan, baby. Cut it out. But anyway, let's go ahead and talk about this piece. Y'all, I love you guys. Let's talk about this piece here. You know what? Like you say, you're right. I just would have called a play where I know I'm getting the first. And what they did was a drag concept, which we know is not a 10-yard route. I think I saw number 5 on a corner out the top of the back end, but because it was a tight cut, I'm not sure if anybody was over the top of him. But yeah, you may drag it. It's a levels concept, right?
You can drag while I was working all day. Get 2 yards. You know what I mean? I'm running a drag route. I'm running.
I gotta run some. I gotta run some to 1 yard deeper than the first down. You know what I mean? To solidify the
It's
catch.
been going all night. It's been going all night on their end. That's what
Correct. That's correct. That's correct.
that's how they scored on the tight end. It was what, 3rd and 2 or 4th and 2 or whatever. Same play. I'm running the same play off of a bootleg. I'm faking a run to the left side. I got the tight end to the left side. I'm faking a run to the left side. Tight end dragging across the field. I'm bootlegging that. Boom. If he's not there, you run it. You feel me? That's what I'm doing off
And,
top.
and
And
it
that's
was, but what's
simple.
funny about that? You're right. But that tight end catch, bro. Again, I don't know how he caught that. Number 7 was Silman Craig. He contested it, literally pulled it
Right
off his shoelaces, dog. Like, like there's some plays in football, they just happen, bro. Like,
Yeah.
you can't blame 7. I mean, his hand was there.
He
Like,
was there.
bro,
Something like he should have just went for the tackle or whatever. He was playing football. You can't get mad at that. And that's why you saw his reaction like it was. It was like, God damn, I'm right there.
I know, because when he got up, he put his hands on it like,
Yeah,
he literally pulled that off his shoelaces. Let's finish up with these last 2 things because we're already 37 minutes in. We don't want to belabor this thing. Want to make a nice, good show. Last piece, in my opinion, you can ask questions definitely about it.
Yep,
Let's
yep.
let's get into the because we want to talk about it. Golly, the Travis Hunter hit as well as the Shedeur Sanders hit.
Yeah.
If you want to lead with that, you're more than welcome.
Sure. I'll start off with the Travis Hunter hit. We saw Coach Prime's reaction saying that once again, the young man was just playing football. We saw Travis Hunter's reaction saying once again, the guy was just playing football. More power to him. He doesn't deserve any death threats, of course. I don't think that either. Death threats for a little kid, that's crazy. So, much love to the guy. He was playing football, of course. If it was on our end, we'll be like, good hit. Way to go. He knocked this, helmet loose or whatever, da-da-da-da. So, long story short, after people sleep on it and get that emotion out, it's just football. They didn't kick him out of the game. I don't think it was called for him to be kicked out of the game based off what the rules say, even though that might be something else written into the rule book this offseason, something like that. If a referee sees a malicious play, in their opinion, they can at least take the player out and let like they do, let the central office or whatever back in New York review it even during the game. And then they can say, oh, no, he can come back in the game, or he's suspended, or he's out of the game. So there's a lot of ways you can go with that. But overall, the man was playing football, man. Everybody was emotional at the time. But right now, we understand what went on. Travis is okay. He's going to heal naturally. Like Nelly said on the documentary, everybody be cool. You City don't move. You know what I'm saying? Once again, everybody be cool. Nobody make a move. Leave that man alone.
Yeah, and before we get to the Kamara hit on Shedeur, I will say this. I thought it was a dirty hit. He intentionally, and I want to make this clear. I've had a referee on one of my shows. He was talking about it, and I've always known this as a coach. Referees cannot. They should not referee with intent. That's why sometimes as fans, when we look at a game and be like, the hit wasn't that hard. This wasn't that hard. You don't referee with intent. That's by their standards. I'm just talking about when you see fans, you'll say, but he only nicked him. He didn't hit him that hard. Why is it a penalty? In that sense, right?
Skip. Good and daggone well, Skip. that man, he leaned in with his shoulder. And of course, he had to see that ball on the ground.
I agree.
The referee is standing right there.
I agree.
And then, I don't know. It's just maybe it was the wrong ref there. Maybe the referees might need to be former football players. Everybody, I don't know. Maybe they need to give referee more jurisdiction to be able to make that call. But you're saying in football.
Well, I'm not saying they're not. No, but I'm not saying that they're not. I think we agree. I was just letting fans know that why certain things get called or don't get called, because the intensity of the hit doesn't change. The hit happened. Even if he would have bumped him out of bounds just with a shoulder shrug and he fell out of bounds, that would have still been deemed as a late hit.
Right.
Although he brought more force with it, it can only be deemed as a late hit because he didn't hit him in the neck or head area. Therefore, it's not targeting.
do you think the coach had any ill intent to hurt the guys? Do you think he put anything out there to say, "Hey, man, you guys play dirty," or you guys, if you got a shot, take it, or if they're trying to this momentum stuff, y'all act like you got a cramp, get on the ground because we saw a lot of guys cramping up. Now I know that can
Strategy.
actually happen, whether that's strategy or not. People
Mm.
can cramp up on the field. I've seen that happen before in my career, but um, do you think that was something that he put out there as far as a strategy to try to
I'm
slow
gonna
down?
say I will say this as a former coach, and I still coach. I call it. I hope to God not.
Mm,
I have to say that. I can't say with 100% certainty. I wasn't in there. Nobody else was in that locker room. However, he may be talking to his players about playing hard. He may be talking that, but I'm talking about taking those kind of shots at cats. I hope to God not. I have to say that, Chico. I'm an error on the side in the coaching fraternity to say he ain't that stupid. I'm
mhm.
just gonna say that. That I hope to God that he didn't even infer that somebody do that. Now, I know that he said, or I can't say he said, but in your speeches and in your team, man, we got to punish them dudes, punish the ball carrier. At the end of the day, that's locker room talk. That's those we all know that.
Mhm.
But he's not in. I hope he's not inferring to hit dudes late, nasty shots. But if he do got a ball, punish him. Because I did the same thing. I want my guys to punish the ball carrier. I want to let them know it's real. But
Right.
again, we all know the context in which we're talking about, and that's huge. So I'll leave that there. Second is, what was the second part that you asked me? Oh,
No,
faking injuries. Faking injury. Listen. It's at the end of the day, sometimes it's strategy. Guys go fast, man. Lay down, bro. We all done it. It's within the rule game, right? It is. It's in within the rules. Now, when you start charging people time, and they used to do that. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you had an injury, they will force you to take a timeout
yeah,
if you were laid on the ground for
yeah,
so long.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
Um,
So I don't know whether they took that out of the game or what, but they definitely used it to their advantage if it was strategy. But hey, we've seen some coaches use it, some be successful, some not. But I think all those things come back around, and that's why you end up losing the game on a damn 80-yard drive from
that's all part of
Shiggity Shedeur
yeah,
Sanders.
but I don't knock a coach for that because
I
all
ain't
sport,
knocking for it,
yeah,
but
but I'm
still,
saying, but
he deserved it.
all sport, yeah, I'm cool with that. But all sport has strategy, right? That's just like in NBA when a dude back his turn and you bounce the ball off his butt and you take it
Yeah,
inbound.
yeah.
That's strategy, right? You know what I mean? So
You
I
but
get it.
Hack and Shack is a strategy, but a lot of people felt like it was unethical. It wasn't right. You know what I mean? But
So you know what I always tell people: get in that rule book and change the rule, and that's how rules are made. If you think about it, rules are made
yeah,
because stuff
they modify
happens.
rules all the time after stuff happens. You know?
That's how laws are made. The same as that way, Chico, right?
Right, right,
Do
right.
hey, we had too many car accidents, man. We need to do something to stop. Put a stop sign up there.
Yeah.
Just what it is. So anyway, let's push on Kamara. Kamara with the late hit on Shedeur Sanders got hit with a targeted call, so he'll be out next week. I don't know who they play. Doesn't even matter. In the words of the Rock.
I'm not too in favor of that rule though for the kid to be suspended for the next game. You know what I mean? I think that's kind of crazy. But as far as Kamara and his hit on Shedeur Sanders, his thing was the difference was why he got kicked out, in my opinion. Or I think is a fact is because he hit Shedeur in the head neck area and Shedeur helmet, bam, he snapped back, his head snapped back, and then he drove him to the ground to where his head hit the ground also. So that's grounds for being kicked out of the game based off of your rule book. You know what I'm saying? So
I
he had to
agree.
go. You know,
I agree.
he was down on the ground about 4 or 5 times with a knee injury. You know, both knees. So this guy got
Mhm.
bum knees like a 67-year-old man who's been through the war and football
And,
trained
and he
forever.
and he was coming. But let me
He was
ask you this. So back to the rule book, like you said, right? I personally, I think they should implement a flagrant one, flagrant two, right? Kind of like in basketball, meaning sometimes
Mhm.
they're just bang bang plays and you call targeting, but then sometimes there's intentional launching where you launch into a dude, right? Like if I turn like this and catch a ball and you're coming and we turn and I bend down into it, my helmet's gonna hit yours. I don't think it was any intent in that to helmet to helmet, but you see some guys launch or they throw the bow to the forehead, I mean to the face mask That's a difference.
You know the intent. You know it's intentional, and you know
And,
it's some malicious behind
and
it.
therefore, back to referees can't
In some ways, you can't
referee,
know. Somebody got to be able to. It's something that has to be done, unless you're just going to go strictly by the rules. And if you're going strictly
and
by the
that's what they
rules,
did,
people
and
got
that's
to
what they do.
people,
So when you
people
hit
got
a
to
face
realize,
mask, right? So when you
right?
hit a face mask or you hit somebody, that's why they eject you. They don't say, "Well, it wasn't bad. You did this with your helmet, therefore you must leave the game." And therefore, that's what happened. Let me ask you this: do you think number 8's hit was intentional to the head?
On Shedeur,
Yeah.
um, I mean, intentional meaning. I mean, a lot of things you do on the
No,
football
do you
field.
think no,
Not
no, no, no.
intentional.
I'm talking about, do you think he tried to hit him in the
Wow,
head with his
yeah,
helmet?
yeah, yeah. That's what he did. He tried to hit him in the head. He tried to. I don't think he tried to get a penalty. You know what I'm saying? But he's right here, and he saw him throw the ball. And as a former defender in that situation, if I'm taking steps forward and I smash him right here, I know what I'm doing. I know the ball gone, and
Right.
especially if I take him to the ground, I know the ball gone, dog. Now, if he would have hit him and came up and bam and hit him and did like this, that's a little bit different. My momentum took me to him, and I tried to hold off, ref. That's why I'm doing like this because I tried to hold off. But me taking him and smashing him into the ground, that's intentional. You need to be thrown up out of here, coach. Now, for the next game, I don't know, maybe a quarter or a half, but the whole game or all the way up to the point where he got thrown out last game, I think that's a bit too much, man. You
All
know.
right, so I'll say this, because this came up and I don't see a lot of people talking about it. I do feel like I have to bring it up. Um, I guess I'm not sure exactly when it took place, but it was well prior to that play.
Oh,
W
no.
Huh?
I'll go ahead.
Oh, no, I was saying my man Shedeur hit him with the Three Stooges. Whoop, 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 puck,
Ah.
ah! Caught him in the eye.
The Ric
He
Flair hit him in
no,
the
I poked number 8, and I'm like, because again, I got Twitter up and I'm looking at the feed. I didn't see it during the game, but I see it on the feed, and I'm like, bro,
yeah,
did he just poke this dude in the eye? The
definitely
dude
tried
like
to.
he was like, hold up, man. He tried
But
to go after him. Hold on, I ain't say he did.
yeah, yeah.
Do you think that led to some of that frustration as well? Like, I'm finna get this mother lover.
Oh, somebody for number 8, yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Especially as a defender. You like, oh, he tried, oh, I'm coming after him all night.
Especially
Whoever
quarterback.
Yeah,
Especially
that's what I'm
quarterback.
saying. Whoever in front of me trying to block me, he's gonna be in for a long night. It's going down. And he should have, I'm sure he had that attitude the whole game, dog. He just tried to poke me in my eye. From whatever he tried to do, he probably had that the whole game. He
He
trying to come
said,
out.
gosh.
But
Now I
hey,
will say this. Now I will say this, and we talked Chico, but I gotta say it. Shedeur Sanders, that's effed up, dog. I just gotta call it what it is.
no,
Not
dog.
a
I'm
out,
gonna
no,
say
you can't outpost. No, hold on. And I'm gonna
should
tell you
do
why.
your thing, dog. That's
No,
gangsta as
dog.
they come out there on the football field. You running up
Come on.
on me in my face. What you want me
No,
to do? Hit your helmet with my hand, with my fist? No, I'm gonna try to poke you out. I'm gonna try to hit
no,
you in the throat. I'm
Chico,
gonna try to
come
kick
on,
you in
dog.
the knee, in the shin. Don't run up on me
I'll
then.
take I'll take
Don't run
that.
up on me.
I'll take that.
Don't run up
But
on me.
listen,
You run up on me, you
Chico,
subject to getting chopped in the throat, everything but spit on. Now spit on something different.
I'd rather you spit on me. You want to know why? Because
Hell,
I won't lose my vision.
man, no, I'm not gonna run up on you so you can poke me in the eye though.
I understand that. Listen, I get
What's
all
the
that.
point? Don't
And
run up on me. You run up on somebody, you better get ready for whatever goes down. Just like
I'm
Charlamagne
cool with
used
that.
to say, listen, you
You
can't
can't get
do
mad at
something
how people respond. I get it.
exactly. You can't do something to me, then tell me how to respond. Hell no. You run up on me, dog. Get ready for these ha-has, these hands, whatever that come with it.
I'll
Poke me,
take the hands. Not
whatever.
the poking of the eye.
Yeah,
Ah!
I'm nasty with it. I'm
Uh,
coming with it. Ric
now,
Flair.
Chico. Hold up, Chico. Hold up.
Psycho,
Hold
get
up.
up off me.
Hold up. I
Get
know
up
we
off me. Get
hold up.
up off me. Don't run up on me with that.
Now
Talking about
we just talked about the Travis Hunter hit,
yeah.
which was
That's a
straight
football
Bush
play.
League.
That's a football. I mean, not that's the Bush League football play, but that's within the game. It's a late hit. You know what I'm saying? But this right here is damn near like warfare. We we out here. You talking
Chico,
smack to
stop,
me?
dog.
You
You
talking
gonna
smack to
condone
me?
Listen, I get Shedeur, dog,
Inversely,
but you can't condone a dude poking another guy.
I
Now, if
ain't
they
gonna
was in there tussled up, you literally went and was like, "Come on,
nah,
dog."
he ain't
Nah.
just do that out of nowhere, dog. He said the Three Stooges. He just do it out of nowhere. Dude walked up on it. If we can see the full footage,
Okay.
we'll see.
All
Don't
right, hold up, hold
on
up,
me,
hold
dog.
up. I'm gonna take that same exact
Period.
approach. When Shedeur Sanders walked up on 11 after he hit that dude, and that dude would have poked Shedeur in the eye, and he would have lost the eye, man, the internet would have went bananas. Hold up, with your same logic, Shedeur walked up on 11.
Don't matter who it is.
Okay, I'm glad you said that because we all know if number 11 would have just boop, poked the Shedeur in the eye and he may would have lost the eye, you know, right now we would have been making videos, Chico, BiggDogg Chico saying, bruh, that's like, Baba, come on, dog. Come on, Chico. I love you, dog, but I can't condone that. Not the eye poke. If you want to
I
slap
ain't
him in
condoning
the
it.
head,
I'm not
punch him in
condoning
the
it. If I'm his coach, if I'm his pops, I'm telling him, hey, dog, you can't be doing that, dog. You know what I'm saying? You should. That's why I said Chico try to keep his media pass. Y'all stupid. No, if I'm his coach, if I'm his daddy, I'm telling him. And I'm gonna tell my son too, dog. You know what did he do? What did he say to you? What did
and
he
I
do?
try
What
not
did
to
he
go.
say to
I
you?
try
First,
not to go here. I try
what,
to, but
what did
because
he do? What did he say to you? First of all, you feel me? Once I find out what he did and what he said to me, then I will assess it. If he says, Coach, he tried to poke me first, the camera just didn't catch it. All right, well, poke his ass back. Okay, well, Coach, he tried to kick me. He tried to whatever. He said this about my mama. Well, whatever you
okay,
did, that's your response. I feel you, but dog, don't try to poke nobody out next time. All right. You feel me? Cameras caught that. Don't be trying to poke nobody out. But I understand why you did it. You know what I'm saying? It's some things that people do where you understand why you did, why they do it. You know, you're not supposed to probably,
can
but
I
you
be honest? I would prefer, if I even go and say this, to poke number 11's eyeball out before you poke 8. 11, the one who hit the guy. It was, I think it was that
y'all
same.
don't know what 8 did to him before that though. That's what I'm saying. Everybody's just going off of that right there. Boom. Y'all just going just like referees throw the guy out who throw the second punch. That's the same thing. Y'all just looking at
I'm
the
cool with the
real
punch.
clip. We got to
I'm
see the
cool with a
whole
punch.
context of it.
I'm cool with a punch. I'm cool with a kick to the balls. But poke a dude, poke
No,
a
no,
dude,
no, no.
Chico.
See if Shedeur would have went to try to knee or kick the man in the balls, that's worse than an eye poke, dog. Come on now, which one worse? You'd rather get kicked in the balls or poked in
Yes.
your eye?
Before I lose my eye?
Now,
Yes, dog.
no, who said no? Attempted the kick in the eye or poke in the eye or kick in the balls. The kick in the ball is gonna connect damn near. You could just whiff by the balls and it's gonna be a problem. You could fake at the balls and they go, oh, you could have faked at them. You know what I'm
I can't
saying?
argue. Yeah, you got it. Because I'm sorry. I would prefer to lose one of the two that I have than
You
the
got
one
the
of the two
balls
that I
for
have.
it?
That's what I'm talking about. I would prefer to lose one of those two before I lose one of these two.
Oh,
I have to be very honest. I'm sorry, dog. I'm
somebody said
sorry.
Gate 2020. Man,
I saw
listen,
that.
man. A lot of people talking about they trying to suspend and talking about suspend Shedeur Sanders for an eye poke. If you're gonna try to go back and suspend Shedeur for an eye poke, then you can go back and suspend the man for the malicious late hit because it's just as worse, dog. The man actually got hurt and got a
I didn't
lacerated.
say suspended. No, I'm not saying suspend. I never said suspend him. I was saying that to me, again, I hear all that, but god dang, dog. Anyway,
Yeah, it was something, but still, I'm like I said, I went to the school of Ric Flair, the nature boy. You feel
hey,
what I'm
yo,
saying?
hey,
So
listen, your guys, like JP the nobleman said, go ahead, you just anti. No, dog. I don't care if a Miami Hurricane did that, dog. I would say the same thing. What
oh
I'm
hell
trying to
no!
say,
Did they just say, "Oh, look at these"? Let's get some of these comments. Did they just say Chico is the type that closes the fridge with his hips? Nigga. That was creative. That was
that was
creative.
creative.
That was
That
creative.
was creative. But hey, Chico, you grab your little and you be like, huh? Got it.
Oh hell
That's funny.
no!
Nah, but I'm just saying, if you want to call me a hater, dog, because I say don't poke another man in the eyeball, then I'll be a hater, dog. Guess what? Call me what you want. Let's push on, man. I'm not even mad at that. Let's push this thing forward. Let's talk about a little Oregon deal up in here, man. Um,
Let me
see,
see what
look at that.
he say. What he say? This guy's a
Somebody,
joke. He didn't poke him in the eye.
no, he
I
missed.
see what Coach
He
Hayes.
missed.
I can see what you're saying too, Coach Hayes, but still. Nah, but at the
Hold
same
up. I'm
time,
trying to
man,
go to the comment what you just said. Hold up.
seize the day. Said this guy's a joke. He
Oh,
didn't
she did
shoot
it.
him in the eye.
No, he missed. He
Yeah, he
missed
did.
it, but okay.
But damn sure went for it. And I'm all right with it because we don't know what happened. We don't know what happened. We need to know what happened before you talking about the way I defended myself. He running up on me, he can get whatever comes with it. Don't run up on me, dog. That's what
Okay.
I'm saying. No, I'm
Miss
sure
Blue
she
said
was
that's
like that too.
it,
It was like this. Don't run up on me, dog. I got you, Joe Toe. Oh, you got some comedians on your team, on your side, huh? So Chico
no.
eats corn the long way. I'm gonna give you some shine.
That's funny. Miss Blue said that's extreme loser eye. Can
Yeah,
I be
I'm
very
just,
honest? No.
I'm,
Can I just say this?
yeah,
I've seen a kid. You know the metal belt buckle. I mean the metal belt buckle. The helmet buckle. They used to be metal
yeah.
on a knee. A kid stands up and another guy's bending over. The metal belt buckle went right through the dude. I got lacerated. I'm just saying, an eye is so sensitive,
Oh
bro.
yeah, yeah, for sure,
Yeah,
for
no,
sure.
so it's not. I mean, you can lose an eye, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I get where you're coming from, Miss Blue. I appreciate it. But we can stay on this forever. I just wanted to bring it up to say that is something that a lot of people skipped over. And I just thought, in my personal opinion, that I thought that was a little extreme in the sense of beep, like, bro, I don't care what nobody say. Okay, lose an eye. Lose an eye. I guarantee you'll give your left one for your left eye. I promise you that, Chico. I promise you, you'll give your left one for your left eye. I
Man,
promise you that.
I'm just saying, don't run up on my dog Shiggity Shedeur Sanders unless you subject to getting the eye poked out. You feel me? Don't run up on my dog.
Okay,
That's
I'll
what I'm
take that, man. I'll take that.
defend yourself
Somebody
at all times. That's what they say in boxing, don't it? Defend
said,
yourself at
CJ
all
say,
times.
CJ say, Chico pull out receipts. I
Exactly.
mean, oh, it's on video, bro. I mean, I don't know.
Pull them out on you.
Huh?
I said I'll
Yeah,
pull them out on you. All these receipts, I'll pull them out. It's on video though. Check the
yeah,
video, check the files.
yeah. I love it, man. Let's go ahead and push forward, man, to Oregon. Let's talk a little Oregon deal here. Now that you brought up, you talking about Bo
We're gonna
Nix and
watch
so
it.
forth.
Oh, now the
Huh?
Jonas Little said I feel like I'm watching Unc and Ocho.
That's kind of what we're going for, huh? Tell them
That's
to move out the way. Give us
no,
this spot.
I
But
like the
no,
slogan too.
no, that's cool, man. But here, let's talk a little Oregon, man. You brought it up, so I'll let you go ahead. You go ahead and lead on with Oregon deal. But my
I was
goodness,
just talking about the guys heading into Eugene, Oregon, man, looking for a win. A lot of people don't think they can get this win. I don't know what the spread is right now, or anything of that nature. I really don't care what Oregon is coming with. All I know is what we're coming with. You feel me? I know everybody's looking at Oregon as a perennial powerhouse. A long story and how I look at Oregon coming from the South and the SEC is they've always been fast, always been well coached. Got some defensive rushers, but they've all. I'm not too sure about. I got the same questions a lot of people might have about Colorado, about their inside guys. Yeah, they should have a bunch of big Usos up there on the inside. Shouts out to my guy Tuatelli, but all of what Oregon is presenting right now, I think is a perfect storm for Colorado to go up there to Eugene with being inspired by Travis's absence
mm-hmm.
and finding a way to get a win. That's what I'm looking at. That's what I feel. That's what I see is coming. If you guys seeing something else, you know, then I don't know what to say to you right now. But I'm going for the win in Oregon. Quarterback duel. I'm going to always favor Shedeur Sanders, and that's just what it is. Let me know what y'all think.
I say it's a debate. You up to your opinion. Let's talk about Bo Nix, right? Guy comes in, I believe he is a 6-year senior. Coming in, he took advantage of the COVID year to come back. He started at Oregon, took his talents to Eugene. I'm sorry, started at Auburn, excuse me. Took his talents over to Eugene, Oregon, and played well. I think he ended up being the 4th top quarterback in the country last year. Comes in, I'm not sure if he's one of the top guys now. Me probably had it pulled up, and I moved the doggone thing. But anyway, he's a very experienced quarterback, so forth and so on. You called him trash. Talk to us. Why is he trash?
Well, that's just coming from an eye test from Auburn. Honestly, I didn't even look at the guy at Oregon. I looked at him at Auburn and I saw what the hell he did at Auburn.
Oh,
How much more can you get better? It's just a system, right? It's just a system. So the point is this: when I say trash, he's going to have to perform in these lights, under these lights, in this high pressure situation against another great quarterback in this Pac-12. He's going to have to do it the whole season, but this year is something different facing Coach Prime's team coming in at Eugene, Oregon.
so
Go ahead,
so
talk to me.
yeah, so you're gonna call him trash based on the Auburn performance from two
Yeah, why
years.
not? Because he playing against the best of the best in the SEC. He's not going to go to the league and get good. He's going to be trash. Then I'm gonna have to go one way or another, dog. I'm sorry. And I like Penix. I like Caleb Williams. I like Cam Ward. I like what's another quarterback in the Pac-12. I like him too. But Bo Nix, dog, he rubbed me the wrong way. Once he the way he played at Auburn and then he dipping out at Auburn. So, maybe I'm that guy on Bo Nix that people won't like. He gonna have to prove me wrong. You feel me? It is what it is.
So
Prove me
so you
wrong,
brought
dog.
so you brought up Penix. Penix, a guy that transferred from Indiana, the Big
Penix can
Ten.
ball.
I know, but he didn't really. He did okay. He did okay at Indiana. He's another 6-year guy. Let me see, 1, 2. Yeah, he's another 6-year guy. Last year he threw for 4,600 yards, 31 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. But he put up.
Yeah, bring
He
the facts.
actually.
I mean, bring the stats and stuff. Bring the stats because
No, no, I'm
I'm
talking.
not even
I'm,
looking at no stats.
no, I
I'm
know,
looking
but I'm
at
talking about Penix is a guy that I'm talking about. If you look at his first year, a young guy, a freshman, and sophomore year, he throws for 1,300 yards, throws for 1,600. Then he goes to he got hurt in 21. Then he goes to Washington and throws for 4,600 yards. He's already thrown for 1,300. I believe he's number one right now in the ranking. So he has gotten better. I hear the fact that people don't like, but when people call him trash, I'm cool. I'm cool with that. But like we said, just tell me why you call him trash, because he ended up being fourth in the country last year as a quarterback.
good
And I
job.
get that he's going against Shedeur Sanders. That's not my. I'm just saying, but why do we call him trash?
Well, like I said, I'm going by what I've seen in his performance while he was down in the SEC. You feel me? So what he did by going to Oregon and playing in that system, putting up whatever stats he put up last year, doing what he did. Good job, great job. Way to resurrect your career. Way to get up there. But I'm just telling you, and just like I said about TCU, why do you think they're going to upset TCU? Well, I said these few points, but aside of those points, I'm just going off the feeling, off the
Okay.
understanding of the game, of what's going on, and him, all everything around him, and all the things he's going to have to handle, and the questions he's going to have to ask before, during the game. Him hearing somebody say, "Hey, this ugly dude named Big Dog Chico called you trash." Him going to find that video, look it up, take time to do that, whatever it is.
That
Whatever
man
it is.
married. Hey, that man married with kids. If you think he worried about what the
Married with
private
kids.
thing
He
got to
should be. He's
say,
been playing football for the longest. He should be married with kids, know all the offense and everything, ready to call the plays too. Drive the bus, sell peanuts and everything. Should be doing all of that. But he's not finna beat Colorado, and he's not gonna outduel Shedeur Sanders. That's all I'm saying, dog. That's all I'm saying. Y'all got a problem with that? Go holler at your boy. Go bet on Bo Nix and fantasy football. Go pick him. Go do what you got to do. But I'm just calling it like I see. Like Bernie Mac say, like a TI is, and that's what I'm doing. Watch. Call me a genius after the game, coach.
I call you a genius right now because I believe you are.
Exactly.
I just calling it what it is. I'm asking. Like I said, I ask questions because we call this person trash. You said why? You said because I got a feeling. Well, I gotta respect that. No harm, no foul to me. Here's what I'll say going into this deal, because there's some questions that need to be answered. As you brought this up, unfortunately, he's not dueling Shedeur Sanders. He's dueling the defense on Colorado because they're going head and head, but they don't play against one another per se on the field. He's going against the defense. Talk to me. What is it that Colorado's defense has to do to slow down maybe Oregon, who is now averaging 58 points a game? I'm just asking, what is Colorado like? What do you think, in your opinion, should be the game plan to slow them down some? because you said they've always been fast, have guy. They got some talent on there. Troy Franklin is a gangster. Regardless of what people want to say, he can play this game. And he definitely should be going to the league here in the next year or so. So
Man,
anyway, what's your thoughts?
first off, man, shouts out to Bo Nix. He's from Alabama, man. Shouts out to him, man. No love lost, dog. But you the opposing quarterback this week, so you're gonna be trash this week. Now, it's gonna be a tough task for Colorado's defense this week and to stop him, especially without Travis Hunter, because he dictated so much of what they did on defense. They literally treated him like it was the Coach Prime effect, where they put him on one side of the field, told him to lock up, and we're gonna play defense everywhere else. All right. But I see that comment. And they're going to
He
play
is.
defense everywhere else across the field while Travis Hunter's in man. This week is going to be a lot different on defense. They're going to have to try to play a lot more team cohesive type defense. Amarion Cooper is going to have to step up at the cornerback position. I'm not sure if we'll see Kamani McLean. I got word that Coach Prime said he's just not ready yet still. So I don't think we'll see him.
Yeah,
The
he
young
said
guy,
that. We'll talk about that too. But yeah, he brought that out in the press conference. But go ahead, finish your point.
the young guy Carter Stockmeyer, he showed some promise, battling for a starting spot. Not sure how healthy he is coming back, along with Jock Robinson. So they got some injuries in that defensive backfield. They're going to have to find a way, see what they're going to do about that. Especially like I said, with Travis Hunter being out, how they're going to play. How is that going to change up their philosophy in the backfield? A lot of more man coverage now, a lot less man coverage, a lot more zone now. What is it going to be? The defensive line though is going to be key by getting pressure on Bo Nix, making him flush outside the pocket, possibly make him commit some turnovers, make some mistakes by putting pressure on him. If they can get the run game going and be able to pass how they want to on this defense, it'll be a long day. We're hoping that that's not the case, based off of Coach Kelly getting these guys right and coming in with the right mindset of, we got to win this game on the defensive side of the ball. We have to stop these guys and force turnovers, which we are number one in the country right now as far as defensive takeaways. So they're
I don't
doing
know.
their job. They just got to make sure they do it now in this conference play, big time situation.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for that, and I agree with you. The crossing routes are still going to be a thing. I think you're going to see that throughout the rest of this season. I said that in the good, bad, and ugly review. It is one of the hardest concepts to stop, and there's two major ways to stop it. You have to anticipate it through a pre-snap alignment, and you see, what they used to call close, and you may get it from another linebacker on the opposite side, catching that through a zone. Or if you're going to play man, you got to be able to pop some pressure on him so he's not comfortable throwing it. You remember a lot of these crossing routes, if you look at them, they have to clear the opposite side tackle in order to throw it. They're not throwing them over the middle. Those are not crossing routes. Those are deep.
You gotta
Right.
clear.
You got to clear. So think about how long it takes a guy. And remember, crossing route, shallow cross, you hear those concepts. You've been hearing that a lot lately. They come in different forms of fashion. You saw the under route, right, with number 5 from last week, where he lined up under, like here, there's the old line. He gets it from underneath and it comes out, but they still bringing the guy over the top. You can get these in many different ways. And I think that is something that Coach Kelly would definitely have to harp on, because we've seen him for the past 3 weeks here. TCU, Nebraska, and Colorado State. And if people don't think that Oregon is going to follow suit and say, hey, what's the weakness of this team? Right now, I think the crossing routes hurt this team more than anything else from the passing game, in the passing standpoint, in that deal. So they definitely have to get that fixed. And a lot of it comes with communication. You got to be. You can't ask either the safety or the linebacker on this side of the field to look at the alignment of the receiver on this side of the field. They got to be able to echo that down the line, right? If I'm over here, Chico, whatever your signal is, to let you know, look out for the potential crosser. And that's how you got to get through that deal. So that's how they will have to, in order to slow that piece down. In my opinion.
Well, overall, if Bo Nix and the Oregon offense, just like you said, I think they should just, if I'm looking on their part of it, I'm thinking they should come out with the game plan of, all right, A lot of teams, or every team they played, was able to run the ball, so to speak, at least for a good amount of yardage. We're going to commit to that. We're going to run the ball. We're even going to run the ball with our quarterback. We're going to commit to that and see where that gets us. All right.
Hold on, I'm sorry. Can I hear that? You saying Colorado's going to run the ball?
No. If I'm
Oh,
Oregon, I'm saying
okay.
I'm going to try to run the ball just as everybody else has done on them. I'm going to try to run the ball and stick to it and see where that gets me, and throw some crossing routes, throw some bootlegs, and so on. And make them make adjustments and stop the things that we've seen them have problems with in previous games. That's what I'm doing. On defense, I'm trying to drop back, just kind of like Colorado State did. I'd rather drop back than try to put a lot of pressure on Shedeur Sanders and let him have quick throws and getting those guys in space and letting them make plays down the field. So that's what I'm thinking. Hopefully the offensive line can hold up. That's one thing I am worried about with the injuries on the line and with Tyler Brown still being out. Hopefully we get some news on him soon that he'll be able to play. But you saw Big Tank kind of struggle with Kamara last game. The interior offensive line, we started a true freshman in Hank Zelinskis for Van Bam Wells. We're not sure if he'll be back. He was all conference last year. So Shedeur Sanders has some weapons, of course, outside as he has with all four of those receivers and the ones coming off the bench. Can they protect him to give him time to throw the ball and dink and dunk or whatever he needs to do to get downfield? They can do that. They're going to be able to be in this game, whether the defense holds up or not. If the offense can be on point, they can score points. I think a guy like Bo Nix will make a mistake before Shedeur Sanders. That's just me. Sorry about that. Yeah, he looking good this year. 8 touchdowns, no picks right now for Bo Nix, but still, he's a mistake waiting to happen, dog. He's a mistake waiting to happen, and I'm calling it right now. At least for this game,
Hey, man.
y'all can laugh at it. Y'all can think I'm crazy. Y'all can
I
call me
get you.
delusional. All right, you can call me delusional. Call me. I look like I'm lit right now. Whatever they saying in the comments. I'm drinking
Hey,
Gatorade
man.
Zero, which is
Hey,
disgusting. Also,
here's what I love about this. Can I be honest? 805 on my side. I'm not sure what you got on your
I
side.
don't even know, man. I think we was at
Here's
4.
what I love about this, right? Because here's what I love about this, because here's the greatest part.
These are my bold predictions. Bolder than these are my bold predictions. And I don't
Bolder
be
than
bold.
bolder than bolder. I like that. Bolder than bolder. But here's what I love. Here's what's funny as we look at the comments, right? Usually
Somebody got to say it.
No, but somebody got to go on somebody's page and somebody go. And so it's kind of like, a home field advantage. Here, you got both sides rocking and rolling, both sides fighting
Man,
in
put
the
the O nows in the chat, man. Put them O now in the chats right now. Run the things up, man. Go ahead, coach.
oh now. Yeah. So let's talk, because I need you to explain that for people that's new viewers that may not know, but we'll do that in a second here. So I want to make sure I heard that correctly. If you were Oregon's defense, you're saying that you wouldn't pressure, you would sit back and play against Shedeur, or did I hear that correct?
Yeah, I'll be playing the run, but I'll be switching. I'll be dropping back just like Colorado State kind of had success with. Even Nebraska at times, but they were able to pick those apart. They didn't have the right, I guess, scheme back there. But
Okay.
I would rather play on those receivers rather than putting a lot of pressure on Shedeur Sanders.
Not
Definitely.
me. If I'm playing Shedeur Sanders, I'm being
Did you
honest.
see what he did every time they blitzed him? You saw what happened?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
still, you saw what happened when they didn't blitz him? He throwing darts. No, hear what I'm saying?
Either
If
way,
you watch,
darts. But I
yeah,
think
but guess what? You're
they
gonna throw
held
it.
him to more
Hold on.
yards. They held him to less yards by dropping back.
You're gonna throw it under duress. That's how I look at it. I'm not going when he sits back there, right? He loads his hips and throw that ball, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Second to none, dog. Second to none. I'm telling you, he can knock the wings off a fly with it. Dog, that throw that he threw on that sideline, that far side throw for the first down. That's how many NFL quarterbacks can't make that throw.
Yeah.
And remember, college hashes are wider than NFL hashes,
right.
And they can't make those throws. So what I'm saying is, the throw he made to Jimmy down there to score for the go ahead score, bro, on a rope.
Yep.
On a rope. So if anything, I'm hoping that if I'm pressuring him, he's off balance. He's like, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm not going to let two sit back there in the pocket, get a chance to load his hips
You
and
can't.
throw them. Because if you look at but if you look at a 2-minute drill, and that's another mistake Colorado State made, in my opinion. In a 2-minute drill, they dropped back 8, and that dude was darting them, boy, knocking paint off the numbers on their jersey.
And
I'm
that's
talking
what's
about
gonna happen to
you get
Oregon.
lit. You can.
Whatever
Oh,
they
that's
come
fine.
with, whatever they come with, man, Shedeur's gonna be on point. I'm telling you, Shedeur's gonna be on point.
Yeah.
We up here in Eugene, Oregon. We looking
And,
around.
and I'll and
Here
I'll go
early.
back and say this, and I'll go back and say this. It may not be a popular opinion, but we did talk about it before. Here's why I'm going to pressure him. I'm going to be very honest. You know why I'm going to pressure him?
Okay, why?
You know where I'm going. This is not a hate thing, but y'all gonna do that.
Tell me where you're going.
I'm gonna tell you exactly where I'm going.
Tell me where
Shedeur is killing it in all categories, right? He is literally killing in all categories.
Watch this.
Talk to me. What you
Watch
think I'm gonna
this.
say?
Go ahead. Watch
No,
this.
tell me what you
Shedeur
think I'm gonna
can't
say.
run. He don't have no escapability. He can't run. Put some
Well,
bricks on it.
you have to. You know why? Because he also leads Power 5 in sacks at 15 right now in 3 games. Now, hold on. I know the rebuttal is, well, they're all not the reason. Just like the interception was really not his fault. He hit Jimmy in the hands. However, that goes under his stat count. He leads right now at 15 sacks. He has 15 sacks. He had 4 TCU, 7 against Nebraska, and 4 last night, Saturday night. So what I'm saying is there's a reason for that. Whether the O-line gives it up, whether it's a breakdown, even his dad said if he's giving up a sack, it's because maybe a receiver ran the wrong route. There's a reason, because his dad even came out, Coach Prime, came out and said if he gets sacked or I think he's holding the ball too long, there's a reason. Well,
Right.
the objective is to get to the guy with the ball. I don't really care what the reason is, whether it's an O-line miscommunication. The objective is to get to the guy with the ball. And right now, with that stat, that tells me that we can do something. For whatever reason, he has the ball in his hand at that particular time. And that's where I'm going with it.
I understand. I feel you on that. But you would have to also deep dive and dig, not just look at the fact that he has 15 sacks. Where did those sacks come from? How did they come? Did they just come off the pressure? Did they come off 3-man rush? Whatever it is. You just saying that I'm going to send pressure doesn't equate to they're going to get sacks. He's going to see that before the snap. And that's when he's most dangerous. When he can see it, okay, you got all these guys on the line of scrimmage. Now I know who's what. I can look at and find out who's the man, who's in zone or whatever. He is even more dangerous when you bring guys to the line of scrimmage. And that's what I'm saying. It does matter. Somebody said it doesn't matter, Chico. He got sacked. It does matter how he got sacked. Whether it was a 5-man rush, 4, 3, whatever it was, 6, 7, that doesn't matter.
Now, here's the deal, Chico.
No, that doesn't matter though.
No.
How you got sacked, whether it's on a blitz or not. That matters. That goes into the game plan.
I'm gonna tell you, it goes into the game. It goes into the game plan. But however, here's how I look at it, brother. Like Nebraska, they were getting to him with 3. Sometimes they'll bring a late 4. Nebraska did a good job of mixing it up. Nebraska shot themselves in the foot with doggone Jeff Sims. I mean, he literally, I don't like to use the S word because what you call it, give it to it. But he self-imploded the Cornhuskers and made popcorn out of them jokers by the things that he did. But from a defensive standpoint, they just got worn down. But the D-line, that big number 0 was coming. They brought corner pressure. They brought it from all kind of ways. When I'm saying pressure, I ain't talking about the old school just standing in the A-gap. I'm coming to. No, I'm talking about strategically bringing the corner, bringing things. There's a reason for 15. What that reason is, I don't know. But at the end of the day, 15 times he had the ball in his hand on a passing play and ended up on the ground. Now, if I'm coaching, I'm going to find out why. Yeah, those guys get paid millions.
I can agree with that.
But I'm not getting paid millions. I'm not getting paid millions to find out why he's getting done. I know that it is that is what happened. It happened. And so therefore, I want to flip to this. What does Colorado State have to do to eliminate that from happening?
Colorado. What is Colorado?
I'm sorry, Colorado. Come on, guys.
They have to go into their bag and realize, hey, what we are good at, and that is quick balls, getting the ball out of Shedeur's hands as fast as possible, not letting him sit back there and try to get something way downfield or come up with these complicated route trees or whatever. We need to be doing things faster. That doesn't always mean throwing screen routes or throwing the ball sideways. You can do that down the field through. You could do that on the middle of the field by attacking with the option routes, with crossing routes, also with seam routes, whatever it
Sure.
is, you can attack that right there. I think they're bread and butter though. And what I was very excited about starting the season was those inside slot guys running a lot of those um, option routes and being able to work on those third, fourth cornerbacks, linebackers, and safeties. Though
Mm,
that's where I think Colorado wins the game at. Whoever they're playing is right there in that box area, passing the ball, letting Shedeur Sanders work his magic, make his read, seeing the guys who's blitzing, who's not blitzing. If they're sitting off, boom, hit those pockets. If they come in blitzing, boom, hitting the hot routes and taking what they're giving you each and every time. Not so much drawing up it as a short pass play by making these screens and inside tunnel calls. Those I really don't care for. When they pop every once in a while, that's cool. But I think they should be quick, fast, and in a hurry, getting the ball out of Shedeur Sanders' hands.
mm,
Sometimes even a lot of the RPOs is good. They've been successful with that. They got to go back to what they've been good at and running those things. And I think whoever they're playing is going to be in for a long day because you got a trigger man with a lot of targets, weapons around him. Is what I'm trying to say.
mhm.
So
Okay.
that's why I'm at with it, man. They got to go back.
And here's what I'll say for Colorado. What they need to do, and a lot of these sacks, I may believe, is not about a quick game. It's about when they get into a third and long situation or second and long where they're trying to catch up yardage due
Yeah,
to the amount of field. What's happening, as I've seen it, again, the sixth man that's blocking, they leave a lot of man on man, mom blocking or Bob blocking, depending on who you are, big on big or man on man. You know, that was a code term. Bob, mom, whatever. And you leave a lot of one-on-ones, and it only takes one guy to beat one of the five, and it
yeah.
creates an issue. However, if you bring in, and I will say this in the game, I thought was it McCaskill that came in and gave a little
Oh,
spark?
no. McCaskill,
Oh,
now speaking of him,
who's
he
number 9? Who's number 9?
number 9 on offense.
Yeah, the running back.
You got number 8. Number 9 is Hankerson. Anthony Hankerson.
Hankerson.
Yeah.
So when Hankerson came in, he was a bigger body picking up the blitz. I like Dylan Edwards, but we're still talking physics here, bro. We're talking 175-pound dude, maybe
Yeah, you don't want
165.
him. You don't want him back there being the pass blocker, the pass protector for Shedeur Sanders. You want him going out on passes, of
Correct.
course. Yeah,
Correct. Now, here's the dilemma. If you take him out, then I'm not saying that Hankerson is a guy you don't have to worry about, but he definitely doesn't have the
not as
speed as
explosive.
Dylan Edwards.
Right.
Exactly. So then, therefore, it's kind of a tell that, all right, we may have a six-man protection here, and
Well,
that may become an issue. But I think on a longer passing, get yourself in a situation where you can help out. Like, for example, the reason Kamara was so effective because he was one-on-one
he was one-on-one with Tank. Yeah,
with Tank
but
69. And
also
he had a struggle. All
it
I'm
was good
saying is
coverage down the
help him.
field. They were dropping. They were dropping also. So
I know, but
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. So help him.
I
You
think this
got
is
to
what
help
needs to happen.
Hankerson in that sense.
I think instead of if they are in a situation where Dylan Elvis is in the backfield, right, in which we have Alto coming back this week. If Dylan Elvis is in the backfield in past situations, and
Mhm.
let's say you do have blitz coming, you got 5 blockers and a 6-man showing, right? Dylan Elvis in the backfield. I think they need to start now sending Dylan Edwards out, making it an empty. Now he's a slot wide receiver now. Now that blitzer is at the mercy of Shedeur Sanders and these guys being on the same page on the hot route, right? Now you got Dylan running a quick route, boom, getting that ball out to him. That 6-man rushing is now getting blocked because you're getting the ball off fast. You know what I'm saying? So there's
No,
ways
I
to
agree. No, I
figure it out.
agree. And to be honest, Colorado State did that. I'm sorry, Colorado did that against Colorado State. They went empty quite a bit. I'm
Right.
talking about I'm talking about when the one of those 4 D linemen is beating somebody one-on-one. How do you get
That
them
means
help if
that
there's no
means the
running?
ball is not coming out fast enough.
Well, it's 3rd and 15, right? And
It's
here's
3rd
what
and 15.
Here's what Colorado State did a good job. I had to be honest. They did a good job getting to the ball. This ain't got to do with Colorado versus Colorado State. I'm talking about good
They
football
play
play
with a
was
lot of effort, yeah.
they played with a gang of effort. They got to the ball and they didn't let Dylan get his momentum going. Like soon as he
Right.
caught the ball, they was on him, and that's all ball carrier. And Colorado did the same thing defensively. I have to be honest. They did
Right.
the same thing. What I'm saying is my opinion of how do you help Shedeur with this sack thing is create a little bit more protection, because I think he's so dynamic with his arm. Eventually, one of those guys will get open where I don't need that fifth guy in the field when I can use that fifth guy to become my sixth guy to protect me, to wait for those four guys to find a spot on the
Well,
53rd
if
in the
that's
third
the case, you might
field.
as well do like I saw in the comments, and I saw people making a suggestion. You might as well bring in a bigger body like a
That's what I said. Hankerson.
no,
Hankerson.
Hankerson is not really a bigger body. I would say he's about as small as he's thicker than Dylan, but their big
Oh,
backs would be Alton McCaskill, 6'1",
but he's hurt. He's
215
hurt, right?
pounds. He's cleared this week to come back this week, they're saying. Not sure
Okay.
if he's ready to come back, but I've always said from the start of the season, if we can get him back the week of Oregon, at the latest the week of USC, then that's a good thing. We got him back. I told him that to his face in Colorado a couple weeks ago. I say, hey, man, I know you want to play this week, but don't be rushing it. I
Oh,
feel like if we get you back in
mhm,
Oregon, that's going to be everything that Coach Prime can ask for. And what if he's fully healthy to go? Right now,
mhm.
that run game that's been really non-existent the last two games. Now, if that can get going with this big Adrian Peterson type back, if he comes back healthy, strong, fast, and able to run that ball, that's a whole different dynamic to this offense. Now, you got to defend Shedeur Sanders and a running back.
So let me ask you, what's the deal with Smoke? I'm asking because I don't know. I know
Haven't
McCaskill was hurt. What's going on with Cavassier, Smoke,
me personally,
Savion Wilkerson, and so forth? Mhm.
I thought Smoke was going to be one of those guys to get a lot of carries the first game, but with Dylan Edwards breakout, I think Dylan got elevated higher and Smoke kind of dropped down. Smoke only had one carry last game. Um, y'all
Who is
comment.
22? That's what I'm looking. Who is 22?
22 is Alton McCaskill. That's going to be the guy. He's
He
going to be the
played.
starter.
He played. Yeah, he played in the game because that's the dude that threw the punch.
No, that was 22 on defense. He's been hurt also, but he's been working his way back
Oh,
um on special teams. That's Demore Kennedy, linebacker who came over from
oh
Alabama.
yeah, Alabama.
So
Okay.
he's been just working basically on special teams. Juju Mitchell came in, had 13 tackles, solo tackles, 15 total tackles this past game. He's the linebacker. You see some of these comments, they going in.
Hey, Joe Toes, boy, you loose,
I
boy.
know Joe Toes all wild with it.
I ain't gonna put that on the screen. That's funny
No,
though.
I saw it though. I was laughing. See,
Uh-huh.
one thing about me, I'm that dude in class that they tried to joke on, but I'll laugh at a good joke. I'm a Def Comedy Jam baby. You know what I'm saying? I laugh at a good joke. I might
Trying
want
to
to
tell you.
fight you afterwards. You know what I'm saying? You might have a
I
problem
ain't
later
scared
on,
of you. I ain't
but,
scared of
but
you, mother.
I'm gonna laugh at
Get
the
it.
joke. So you come with a good one. I'm gonna laugh.
I got you. All right,
Straight
let me ask you this, man. We gonna push this. Kamani McLean. A
yeah.
lot of fans talked about it. I know I've done shows, you've done shows, we've done shows, and there was a lot of thing about Kamani McLean coming to Colorado, being a day one starter, this, that, and the third. Um, he has not even played in a game. He was at Coach Prime was asked just recently about Kamani McLean, asked him about him playing. He came out and said no, and they asked why, and he said because of him. What is your take on when he says him? And I know it's all speculation unless you got inside information you want to break right here on the Prime Debate Show. Your opinion about when he says no, like he's not he is the reason he's not playing.
Because all right, I was one of those guys who thought Kamani was gonna come in and be on the field first day, first play. You know what I'm saying? Or first game, first play. I thought that. And then he came in and you get to see him kind of like in person versus some of the other guys, standing next to some of the other guys. And you see how rail thin he is. There's no knock on him. That's most high school players. If you look at
He's a
Shedeur
big
Sanders,
cat now. Yeah.
yeah, if you look at Shedeur Sanders freshman year compared to now, he looked like he was rail thin. But difference like in Kamani and like a Travis, they're two different type of athletes. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Travis is that rare type of, he can do everything. Always been able to do everything. You know what I mean? Kamani is more of that guy. He has the he's almost like a kid who grew real fast and now he got to learn how to walk again, or
Mhm.
he's kind of flipping over his toes a little bit. The guy 6'3", big long kid.
Different.
He's
Mhm.
different. Coach Prime has to work with him a little bit more to actually get the best out of this project that he's working on. He's a freshman, so a lot of freshmen don't even come in and play like that. So a lot of people had a lot of high expectations on it. I think though, if he would have come in early like Dylan, he would have been able to get that spring workout in, that Coach Mo type workout, and gone through the summer with it, meaning that he would have grown up a little bit more. He just has to mature. His body has to mature a little bit, and he's going to be fine, man. I don't think they need to keep rushing him, but he's going to be fine, learning the techniques, learning the defense. He's just been
Correct.
playing off of raw talent before. Now it's a little bit different, you know.
And I agree with you, right? I concur as we debate this deal, right? I agree with you 1,000%. These are the things that I said. I shout out to Rob in the building, talking about not starting right away. But these are the things I said as freshmen coming in, even as 5-stars. You come in, bro. You're talking about. Remember, it's COVID year in here. You talking about there's some dudes out here, 23, 24 years old. Shout out to Colorado State kicker, 31, married with 3 kids. the announcer was going to say that.
They're playing,
bro. And you talking about a guy like Kamani, who is, just think about this. A guy like Kamani right now is 165, right? Comes in extremely late. Extremely late.
Right.
And now talent
like almost 10 days before the
like,
before it really kicked off.
Like, bro, we talking about we talking about a guy that came in so late and he's got to get it going. You know what I mean? And so I say all that to say, here's the funny thing about it. You got a guy right now like Troy Franklin. He's 6'3", 190 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
He's 30 pounds heavier and 3 years more experienced than Kamani right now.
Right.
That makes a difference.
You don't want to put that man out there in that situation like that. You know,
and so when you say these things,
seeing in that practice, because you got grown men at practice, you know.
Bro, here's a perfect example. Xavier Weaver was nowhere near but he was nowhere near as highly touted as Kamani McLean. But however, he's been in college. He's been in a college weight room. He's been in a college program for what, 4 years now? 3-4 years?
Right.
So what does that mean? Bro, what does that mean? That means that his experience, knowledge, and all of that stuff supersedes what Kamani does just because he was a higher rated player. There are only a few true freshmen that come in and contribute right away, especially at the cornerback position, because it is so technical.
Late.
And you come in what, 2 weeks before the game start, before the very first 3 weeks, or whatever it was. And so I say all that to say, those are the things when I try to tell people, temper your expectation, relax. Hey, go take your hater. I'm cool with that. But now, you understand? I say that to say, because now when you're wrong, he's only a freshman. Yeah, I know I'm going too far, Chico, but I like to go there sometimes because he's only this. If they redshirt him, he'll be okay. Now the goalposts change, huh? Because these things happen. We're all speculating. We all don't know what's going on, but I love it. I just want to bring Kamani up because I really enjoy it.
We don't know what's going on.
We don't know what's going on.
Later on in the season. Hopefully they got him really on them milkshakes, on that food program, and on that
peanut butter jelly time. That's what he better be on.
Some good old baked chicken, steak. I know he should be eating good up there, but I saw him personally. He's
thin, boy.
He's thin. And the weight gonna come, the muscles gonna come, and he's just tall. You know what I mean? Boy, tall, man. So
he's tall. And here's the deal. Like, what people don't realize is some dudes out here that got grown man strumph.
And seriously, Coach Prime not gonna put the man out there in that situation, knowing that he done went out there and recruited all of these grown men anyway.
But I'm gonna rebut something that on both of our part, because neither one of us addressed it. I don't believe.
What's there?
Coach Prime, everything that we said, he didn't say. Coach Prime said because of him. What is the him? What is it that you think when Coach Prime said because of him?
Because of him.
I'm gonna just tell you the insinuation. Maybe I'm wrong. But the insinuation when somebody says, "Hey man, why Chico ain't doing better at YouTube, man?" Because of him. It insinuates like Chico ain't grinding. Chico not putting in the right work. Chico's not learning how to use the algorithm. Chico's not making enough videos. Chico's not. So everything is there for you. The insinuation that Coach Prime made was because of him insinuates that he is not doing something. Had nothing to do with his, in particular. I mean, you're only gonna grow as fast as you can grow, dog. You can eat 20,000 peanut butter jelly sandwiches. You ain't gonna get 40 pounds in 2 weeks. But he says that in the sense of maybe his playbook, maybe he's late to meetings, maybe he's not following the rules properly, maybe he's not going to class. That's what that insinuated to me. Would you agree or disagree with that?
Because of him, I would think that, yeah, Coach Prime probably is saying something like, because of him, he's not ready yet. It could be a multitude of reasons. It could be he's just a young man because of him. You know, I'm sure he's not going to give the exact reason by saying, you know, he's not able to cover this or whatever, and kind of put it on the guy and make him feel bad or whatever. He's just going to say because of him, whatever it is he's not doing right, he knows what it is. That's what it is. He's going to have to correct. Like you said, that could be a lot of things.
I want you to dig a little deeper, dog. I like you. You know I love you, brother. But that was very vague. I'm saying, no, we're speculating.
You named some things, right? Which it could be some of those things, but none of those things was brought up by Coach Prime. He said because of him.
And I'm only asking you to speculate. That's what I'm saying. If you had to speculate,
you only ask him to speculate, and which could be a multitude of things, which is what I said. That could be from the head to the toe. It could be from him mentally, which is what you said, learning the playbook, understanding what to do. It could be him physically not getting in the weight room correctly to where he's strong enough to where he has to be. It could be him not eating right. It could be him not whatever. He could be sick more than anything. He could be in his own head because he got beat at practice a couple times. The point is because of him. For me to try to speculate and say that one particular reason, what is Coach Prime talking about?
We're not saying it's one particular thing. I'm with you.
Or whatever it is. I'd probably be looking kind of crazy up here, probably crazier than what they even think I'm already looking up here by saying I think it's because I think Coach Prime said him because he don't go to this. That's great. That's real. That's too much vague speculation right there. You know, my thing is I think that he put it out there. He's not going to try to you know, sugarcoat.
I mean, he gave it to he ain't sugarcoat nothing. He gave it to him and he hesitated. I'm gonna be honest. I thought Coach Prime was about
he wanted to protect
to be honest, when he asked him that, Coach, he hesitated. And he said, because of him. I thought he was gonna spill the bean. I'm like, Coach, no. Like, you know, remember Miss Sophia in Color Purple? Miss Sophia, no. I was like, Coach, no. And he was like,
yeah.
because of him. I was like,
still.
But real quick, Nicole Carter says, Coach talked about attitude problem. Again, we talk about the speculation, right? Kamani don't show no dog. Kamani didn't show no dog in him. These are all things that are speculating.
All these things are speculation from what we think we've already seen from well-off media. Like well-off and reach the people who knows what they're allowed to show, who knows what they realize, what they want to show. They could be laughing at us hey, I'm gonna show this right here. I'm not gonna show Kamani making these plays. Let me laugh and show Kamani doing this right here so everybody will think this. They didn't show a lot of things. They didn't show a lot of the trench work that we had. And some of the guys that we had. A lot of people missed out and thought that we didn't have this because they didn't see it on well-off media or reach the people media, knowing that they're not going to show everything. You're not getting a full practice film. They got 3 or 4 practices going on at the same time on different fields. And you got a camera on this field filming this angle right here. You think you know where everything's going on. No, you don't.
You have no clue. And there you go. You have no clue. So it's all speculation. I will say this at the end. Not about Kamani, but about real good high school players. And you see it a lot across college football. You know this. I know this. Maybe some people in the chat don't know it, and that's why I'm bringing it up. A lot of players of that magnitude have an issue with going from being the man to a man. On the team. See, when you come in and you're the number one this and coaches flying private jets like Miami did to go see them and you walk through the hall, you feel like the man when you walking through and you got the Nick Saban flying helicopters and Kirby Smart flying helicopters and all of this stuff. to now you here, baby. Now you just amen. Because here's another thing, and that's where a lot of players, like you said, we're not talking about Kamani. I'm talking about college players who come in as highly touted guys, and you
Yeah.
don't see an immediate performance out of them. A lot of them, that's what they're suffering. And I called it the freshman blues.
I think I saw a stat saying none of the top four cornerbacks of this past class have played this season. I don't know how correct that is, but I did see that. None of the four top cornerbacks of this past class have played college football this season. It's not easy to get on the field.
Not at that corner spot, dog. It's
No,
hard, bro.
no,
You
not
dealing
easy
with
to feel.
speed, bro, because you got to remember this. A lot of these kids who are top corners have never seen the kind of speed they're seeing because they're
Never
not playing
seen
that weekend.
that. Constant,
They playing this dude right here,
right?
Polio Timmy. So they
And
could be wrong,
lock
bro. They could be wrong. Like I broke a kid down one time. The wide receiver was out there wearing number 49, right? And then turned around and wasn't enough players. He go and play cornerback at number 49 against the same dude. Man, like it just anyway. That's here. Chico's up to you, brother. Would you like to open the phone line just for a little bit? Let's hear from some of the people on both sides of the
Man, well,
track.
let's see, man. If y'all brave enough to call in, let's see you hit the number that's going to be on the bottom of the screen right now. Call in. Let's hear your voices. Let's hear.
We won't smoke. We just saying that having fun, guys.
Let's hear what you guys have to say, man, because we want to make sure we get some responses. 2 minutes is your limit. 2 minutes is your limit. Coach Hayes will have it up there. And
Yeah, I'll put it up there. Here's what I want to say, guys. Here's what I want to say about that. For new listeners to this show, I know I suck. My producer Ellen always in my ear and T Hines in my ear. Crash the plane. Well, when you hear this, please finish your point or your question. We're really here for questions. We would like to answer questions. All right. And if not, I will have to.
You know about that
Crash
thing. As soon as they ask
All
the
right.
question.
All right, here we are. I'm gonna let it load up here for a second. I got 129 people in the chat. I'm not sure what you have on your side. It'd be great.
People in the chat. We got 392 people still in the chat right now. Logged
All right,
on.
here we go. Here's the number right here. Call in 862-799-9956. And we're gonna
Call
get this
right
thing
now.
rocking. You have 2 minutes.
79995. Wait, 87. Oh, there it is. 862-799-9956.
All right. Also, I want to say this as well, real quick. For those that call in, you can hear it as we're talking. Please be patient. Hold on. I will call the last 4 digits of your phone number, unless you probably want to, a guy I know already or a person I know, and I'll call it. So if I say like right now, 6406 coming to you, please be ready to respond. If not, I'll hang up, have to push on. All right, 6406 coming to you. Call to talk to us. Give us your name. Let us know where you're calling from and what's your question.
What's going on, fellas? It's Tony the Pod Boss, Chicago.
Tony, what's up, man?
Man, what's going on? I think this definitely gonna be an interesting game. I think it kind of, it definitely favors Oregon, but I don't think the spread is wide as what they got it there. I think what a lot of people fail to realize, I was hoping Chico's gonna explain it. Bo Nix, his QBR actually drops when he's under pressure. So if Coach Kelly is smart, definitely, expect him to make adjustments. But I think there's going to be a lot of exotic blitzes this time, kind of similar to what Texas Tech did. That was pretty successful. Get some corners, that'll disguise some blitz. Get some backers that'll, disguise some blitz. And every now and again, you disguise the coverage on, one half from the other. So on one side of the field, you can run a cover 2 to cover those mesh routes, and the other side you can actually man up. Believe it or not, I think Omarion Cooper is capable of manning up every now and again on Tez Johnson and the other receiver. I can't remember his name. So I think that's definitely going to be interesting. Definitely want to hear what y'all think about that one.
I appreciate it, but I want you to pose us a question if you want. I love your statement. I love the insight you brought to it. But you have a question for myself or BiggDogg Chico?
Yeah, so I'll pose it as a question. Assuming that Alton McCaskill, is playing this game. How effective you think he can be to this game. As far as, maybe, helping the pass game, helping Shedeur, get rid of the ball, not get rid of the ball, but not take so many sacks, helping the offensive line.
Gotcha. Chico, you like to start off? Go for it, brother.
Yeah, sure.
Thanks, Tony.
Alton McCaskey, I think, could be a huge addition, like I said earlier, to this game. He's one of those running backs who can push the pile as can Wilkerson and Smoke and Hankerson also. But I think if he can get going, 16 touchdowns in his last season playing, if he can get going and getting headed down the field, he's going to be tough for Oregon, who's traditionally had problems stopping the run. Um, they will have a problem stopping Alton McCaskey, especially if they're trying to stop Shedeur Sanders also. As far as getting to Bo Nix, what I said earlier was he had problems in the SEC. That's because, as you said, the SEC was putting it in his face. That's probably why he came out here thinking that, hey, man, I can shine in a less defensive conference out here in the Pac-12, which is probably what he's doing. And as you said, his QBR rating is dropping once you put pressure in his face. That's why I said trash, because the SEC was putting pressure in his face. And where does Coach Kelly come from? The blood clot SEC, Alabama. You understand? Yes. Sorry.
I love it, man. All right, real quick, man. We're going to 1398. Please call in, pose your question. 1398 coming to you. Call or talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from, and what's your question?
Hey, this is Ray again. I spoke with you Saturday night.
Hey, Ray.
Remember I told you? Yeah, remember I told you Bo Nix was trash, because I'm a diehard Auburn Tiger fan.
See there?
And I've seen every game of Bo Nix. He is trash. And just like the gentleman said, and I forget his name, when you apply pressure to him, that ball was going over to the sideline so much the sideline was having to thought they were playing dodgeball.
All right, so what's your question, Ray? Talk to her. What's your question?
Here's my
question. You, Ray.
Here's my question to you.
To me or Chico? To me or BiggDogg Chico?
It don't matter, whichever one you want to answer. Here's my question to you. On the defense, remember I told you Saturday, I wasn't worried about the offense. I'm worried about the defensive line. And I have to go back and watch the game again. I don't recall them blitzing at all Saturday. I may have missed it, but I don't think they blitzed at all. So here's my question. With that line up front, that defensive line needs a lot of work, and they need some hogs on that line. So if you were the defensive coach and having the line that you have, how would you get those blitz if that line is not up to par?
Well, me personally,
because I am a woman.
Okay. Now, so a lot of women understand the game. So I will say this from what I saw. Shouts out to big Amari McNeil in the middle. Shouts out to big Amari McNeil in the middle. Shouts out to big Bishop Thomas. Who else was up there that played well? Taj Austin played well on that defensive line. So what I'm saying is, I think that the scheme that they've been putting out there, I think that probably didn't work well against the Colorado State, but at some point they're going to have to be able to get to the quarterback by using Derek McClendon, all of those edge rushes they have. They're going to have to put them over the guards in the center sometimes to get some pressure on third down and longs and such, to get some pressures on the quarterback. That's when I think they're going to really evolve as a pass rush defense, by putting guys like Derek McClendon, D.V. Harris, Taj Austin, all guys, Savell Smalls, all guys who came in as edge rushers, put them over the guards and tackles to get some pressure on third downs. Now, as far as stopping the run, guys like Bishop Thomas, Amari McNeil, they're going to have to play a lot better, but it also comes with the linebacker plays and fit in on the linebackers and the safeties and the schemes that they're putting out there.
Gotcha.
At the end of that game, they played well.
Real quick, I'll say this. To get that pressure, what you have to do is, people are not going to like this, but we talk about it, right? They're not quarterback hurries, and those are not necessarily sacks, right? But they may affect the quarterback. Not really. Right. Some people have stats on that. However, Colorado right now only has a total of 5 sacks in the 3 games. altogether. 2 by linemen and 2 by linebackers. So Coach Kelly is going to have to dial up some type of blitzing that's not just your typical what we call America blitz to get there. I'm just being very honest. And he'll have to do that. Maybe it's some corner blitz, maybe it's some that some people call star nickel. You got to bring some exotics through there just to get there, because right now the defensive line is not making it happen. Now sacks don't necessarily mean it's not a hurry, but to only have 5, but I'm saying, but to only have 5 sacks against basically 3 teams that throw the ball a lot, that means that
I wouldn't say that. Nebraska doesn't throw the ball a lot. Nebraska came in to wanting to run the ball on Colorado. And a lot of the opportunities for sacks.
They were able to do that. And
exactly.
Oregon is going to throw that ball a lot, whether it be accurate or not.
Sack opportunities are going to be there.
Yeah, but listen, I got to push on. We got quite a few. Yeah, but I agree with you. But we can definitely talk about that part. However, like I said,
I think those sack opportunities are going to be there versus Oregon. They're going to get away from trying to run the ball and staying with it. Bo Nix is going to hold on to the ball a lot more. Yes, you could show some different looks at the line, but I don't think he's going to be blitzing from safety or star a lot, as opposed to blitzing and trying to get pressure from those 4 and possibly those linebackers. I think that staying in those coverages, especially when you don't have Travis Hunter, he can go both ways. He can say, I can.
But we got to run out this deal. But I thank you so much, Ray, for calling in. I appreciate it. We got to run. The phone line is jumping right now. Like I say, we got quite a few people in here. But I just say at the end, like I said, they got to find a way to produce those sacks, because those sacks, a hurry still doesn't mean loss of yardage. Maybe incomplete, but not a loss of yardage. And that's what's huge when it comes to sacks. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. 1398 coming to you. Call or talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from, what's your question. 1398 coming to you. Oh, I just hung up. That was 1398. Oh, we got your favorite guy on here. I'm gonna let him run. Old school. You got 2 minutes, though. Ask your question. For you, matter of fact.
Hey, what's going on, Coach? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You sound a little slurred, but I can hear you.
Hey, stop talking, Coach. I want to talk to Chico now. Hey, Chico, what's up, big dog Chico? Hey, I'm telling you, boy, what's going on, ain't it? Hey, big dog Chico, you got around to saying what I wanted you to say and tell Coach. Look here, I'm going to tell you something. I was telling Coach 8 weeks ago about number 22 on defense and number 22 on offense. Now I'm telling you, big dog Chico, boy, you ain't a bad reader. You just read minds. Because you had to be reading minds.
What's your question, brother? What's your question?
Hey, look, first of all, I got 2 minutes. I ain't got no questions. I don't want to try to get to realize what's going on.
All right, on to the next one. Like I said, this ain't your typical show, man. We trying to get this thing right. Let me go to the next one. J Love T in the building, man. You got to have a question. Call or talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from.
What's up, fellas, man? What's up, fellas? Do me a favor, Coach Hayes. Pull up the Colorado on schedule while I ask Chico a question.
Okay.
Chico, let me say this, man. Congratulations to you guys, man. Shedeur, my God, bro. My God, man. My first question, I don't have that much time. It's connected to my second question. With how Shedeur is playing, do you think, if they run the table, is he a top 10 pick? This is the question for both of you guys. Does he look like an NFL franchise quarterback, especially what he's done so far?
Yes.
See the good and bad and the ugly.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that 100%. Mine is very short. Yes, he has the arm strength, the skill set, the IQ, and everything else to play this game. He has the size. He's not undersized dude. He's like 215, 6'2". I mean, he definitely has the arm strength. He has the IQ. He has the ability to play at a high level, at this level, as well as the next level. I'm done. Chico?
Simple as that. He can make every throw on the field. He can make the reads before the ball is snapped. He has the pedigree, has the mentorship from Tom Brady, has the right attitude. He's productive. He's shown it over and over again. What else? What more can he do? I would be thinking like him. A lot of people, in the video that I saw earlier today, where Coach Prime said he's not going nowhere, and Shedeur was like, I might be leaving after this year. That's because he knows that he can. He's and he's at the Denver Broncos game looking and seeing what's going on. He's like, man, I can do that. I can go play out here. So no need for me to probably stay in Colorado another year, which I hope he does. But Shedeur Sanders is definitely a top 10 pick right now, top 3 quarterback pick. I think he's top 2 with Caleb Williams and whoever else comes out. But Shedeur Sanders is that guy for sure.
And I'll say this last thing, J Love, before you ask your second part. He also has the testicular fortitude to come back the way he did. Okay, go ahead. So what's your second part? Because the bell about to ring. Ask it.
The second question is the Pac-12 has been amazing this year, like overwhelming. You could say it's either on par or tougher, especially with the week-to-week battles with the SEC. That's my opinion, but it is what it is. Let's say Colorado loses one game. Do they still deserve a shot for the playoffs? Because they, in my opinion, how they look, they have a top 5 strength of schedule. And it looks mighty interesting. With one loss, if it's not USC, because they have to beat USC, do they still deserve a shot for the playoffs? And this is amazing. Now, before you guys continue, look at the schedule, look at the rankings, look at everything.
I'm looking at it.
Fellas, and you guys have a good one.
Thanks, J Love. Appreciate you, brother. I will say this, if you don't mind, Chico, I'll start off. You told me to pull it up, so I did. Currently, right now, which we all know Colorado had a tough schedule, but you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys currently in the top 25. So 7 of your 12 games are a top 25 matchup. And if you lose one of those, depending on when you lose and who you lose to, if you were to lose that one, that is tough. But I'll just go out on a limb and say if they lose one game, it's only 4 spots. I would just go off and say yes, because you got to look at it within context of everything else. But they do have one of the hardest schedules out there. So they lose one game. Hell, I give it to them just because of what they've done, to be honest. Go ahead real quick, and I got to push on.
And because people are going to watch. They're a must-see TV. College football wants them to be in the playoffs. And at the top of the college football, I think this year, as I've said before the season even started, I think it's going to be the top team is going to have one loss. Even if it's Georgia, whoever's going to be there, I think the top team is going to somehow have one loss at the top of the college football rankings. And like I said, they want the most watched football team in a long time, probably ever, with Colorado. They want them playing in prime time. Definitely.
Yeah, straight up. It's a lot of money. 92-37 coming to you next. But I will say you're 100% right. It is all about money at the end of the day. They know what it is. They know what the draw is going to be. In the big time quarterbacks, some of the big time programs are having some quarterback issues right now. Alabama, we see them mixing it up with Milroe and Tyler Buckner. You see Kyle McCord up there at Ohio State. He's not bad, but it's not as exciting as it used to be. Of K Klubnik coming from Clemson, not as exciting as it used to be. JJ McCarthy, steady as they go, but never been a real gunslinger in that ascent. You know what I mean? So, think about it. You got Michael Penix up here leading the charge, Caleb Williams leading the charge from the quarterback standpoint. But let me get here. 92-37 coming to you. Call or talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from, and what's your question?
Hey guys, my name's Jake. I'm calling from New Jersey. So
Jake from New Jersey. Okay.
Two-parter, both of y'all. So you hear Coach Prime basically saying it's mainly self-inflicted wounds coming from whether it be defense, offense, and it's not necessarily the calls. The calls are coming in and they're the right calls, but the execution isn't there. So I guess my first question would be, at what point do you see that it may be some of the calls, some of their schemes are just not the right plays? And on offense, as Chico was saying before, he was saying this horizontal passing game, swing screens. I saw it, and I was just basically watching paint dry. You can't open up playing that passive. You got to attack the middle of the field where they typically have room. But let me know what you guys think.
I appreciate your question, man. Thank you. Go ahead, Chico. I'll let you take off.
I think, those sideline to sideline passes, I don't think it should be the makeup of everything. What was the first part of his question? I tried to get it, but I couldn't get the first part of his question, if you know.
Yeah, I was listening to it as he said, as he was saying was the horizontal game. How about that part? He was talking about the scheme. How much do you, if I said that right, how much do you blame the scheme
Oh yeah, all right. So yes, exactly. He said Coach Prime was saying the coaches were making the right calls, but the players just wasn't really executing at the point. And that's just how it goes. You have to, it's people, process, and products. You know what I'm saying? So the calls coming in correctly, but the guys have to go out there and actually execute and make the plays. We saw them being right there on those passes, not being able to make the pass breakups, as we said earlier. So that means that the correct calls was made, because if that would have been a pass breakup, everybody would have been like, oh, great call by the defensive coordinator, but the guy just barely missed it. So the calls are there. I think they're confident in that. Now if you know the calls are there, now you know what need to be corrected, and that is we just got to get the right players in the right positions to make those plays now. And I think that's going to be what they're harping on. They're trying to find out who can we put in these positions to actually make those plays at the time when we call them. That's where we're at right now.
Yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree with what you said. Is he still on? Or was I talking to me?
Jake, I think you left off. But appreciate the
call. I heard some kickback. Anyway, no, like I say, I agree with everything you said. But part of quick game is the horizontal game, right? You got to get it out. You see Tennessee, they try to get the ball out quickly, shoot it here, get up the field, make it happen, spread you out. But like I said, what kind of hurts it, you got to get the running game going. I don't care what anybody says, you got to get that going. If you don't get that going, it becomes a one-sided game, a one type of game, and where there's no fear in that sense. So, right. Like I say, we'll go with that. Let me go to the next one up here. Got my man Neckbone in the building, man. Hey, Chico, tell your people to call on in, man. I'm seeing all these people I know up here. Mike Lowry. Hey, where them dogs at?
Y'all hear them out there, right? Y'all hear them out there trying to what is it, coerce y'all to call in or whatever?
What's going on, y'all? What's going on?
Neckbone. Oh, my neck. Talk to me. You got 2 minutes, dog.
They got DB.
Okay. I'm trying to see. I got a question for both of y'all. What do y'all think the score is going to be? Score prediction.
We're going to get to that at the end. We're going to get that to the end. So answer another question.
Score prediction.
All right.
Stay to the end. Y'all don't want to miss it. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm gonna say what my score will be, and then I'm gonna ask you a question.
All right, go ahead.
I'm gonna go 38-28, but it's gonna be a close game all game. I feel like Shedeur will pass for like 405, I believe. I'm just gonna say. But anyway, my question is: would you go tit for tat with not just Bo Nix, but the guys that he brought in? I think he was like 6 or 7 guys that were like top players in the FBS last year, and they actually are effective this year. If you watch the Oregon games, would you Big Dog Chico, would you go tit for tat with those guys in Bo Nix, or would you kind of, slow the game down, possibly run the ball with every running back that you got, even Charlie, you know what I'm saying? Do something different, because I've been seeing that the Colorado has been given different looks every game. You can't say they really can't blitz. You can't say they really can't pass, because every game is different. So my question is, how would you approach the game going into Saturday?
All right. First off, let me holler at the gang right quick, because I see most of these people in the chat right now. I see these guys got the link on there, so that means they from what? They from
your side. Well, exactly. I don't know. Hold on, do me a favor. Hold on, do me a favor.
They trying to say y'all ain't out here, guys. Y'all run the chat one time.
All right, hold on. So James, is James? What does he have a link on your side or not? Does James have a link on your side?
James?
This comment that I got up right here.
Yeah, he's on my side over here.
Right. Okay.
Like,
so yeah,
now Black Squad versus Platinum Squad or some shit. Red Squad. What is it? What about it though?
Let's get it then.
James said they know our squad. Chico. Yeah, you already know. Shouts out to everybody out here, man. Y'all represent the squad. Put the BDCs in the chats. Put the O-nouns in the chats or whatever you got to put in the chat, man.
Why don't you call the phone number 862-799-9956? Say it to my face. Anyway, talk to me.
All right.
Talk to me. Hold on. Let's answer. Hold on, real quick. I'm sorry, Neckbone. But
Joe Toes, ain't got no hoes.
The game, man. That's all I ask.
Man, I know. You talk to us, Chico. We have to get it in sometime. Prime
So
time debate. About to
Joe
go to the
Toes,
steel cage match.
Joe Toes,
Go
aka I
ahead.
got no hoes, said Chico got that RuPaul squad. All right.
That's funny. But let's answer the man question. We got a bunch of people in the chat on the phone back here.
I think no, I think
Hit
what
him with the slap gun, coach. I need both of y'all, man, with the slap gun, man.
Hey, I think as far as going tick for tat with Bo Nix, I think Bo Nix is gonna have to look out for going tick for tat with Shedeur Sanders. Like I said, I think Shedeur is gonna outdo Bo Nix. He's gonna throw for more yards. He's gonna have a better percentage. Probably throw for more touchdowns. Bo Nix will have a couple turnovers this game, whether it's going to be picks or fumbles, drop, whatever it is. He's going to fold under the pressure that's going to be coming from him from Coach Kelly. Should Coach Kelly blitz him and all these things? Yeah, I think he's going to come with different schemes, different fronts, different shows to where Bo Nix will have to win the game right here first, rather than if you're just talking about his physical ability. Yeah, the man is gifted, all right, but it starts here first. And him being a 18-year senior, super senior, he should be able to make these reads off the top. But Coach Kelly's going to come with everything he saw him have a problem with at Auburn and make him prove that he's learned and understand what's going to be in front of him coming this game.
Real quick, I'll say
Hey, hold on, Coach Hayes. I gotta ask him. You trying to keep your sideline tickets, ain't you, BiggDogg Chico? Because you ain't being realistic at all, man. Come on. Man.
Wait, what did you say? Rewind. Say that again.
Say it again, Neckbone.
Man, BiggDogg trying to keep them sideline tickets.
Man, you trying to make jokes, talk about some sideline tickets, dog. Listen, dog. If I want to stay on the sideline, I can, regardless of these comments I'm saying on this right here. I'm telling you what I feel, dog. You want to know what I feel? I'm telling you what I feel from my experiences, from my understanding, from what I've seen, and what I know that's coming. I sat here and predicted to you guys, not Coach Hayes, but me. I don't know what Coach Hayes said. Could have been him, but I said that they was going to beat TCU. All right, and what happened? They beat TCU. I said they was going to beat Nebraska. I said they was going to beat Colorado State. What's the problem? I got to come to you guys with what? What else do you need to know now? I'm sitting here telling you right now, Bo Nix is hot trash on a Sunday out of New Orleans that the people forgot to come pick up, and it got food in it, so it stank. You understand me? And Coach Kelly has the recipe for it. He's going to come with it. He's going to be drawing it up, and all you guys on that, as Coach Hayes would like to say, fandom of Oregon.
Why you throw my name? Hold up, Chico. Hell no. Why you throw my name in it? That's between you and Neckbone. No, you said like,
you like to say fandom, and that's what Neckbone coming with, this fandom talking about. Oh, dang, Chico.
That was a good one, Chico. You slipped that in there good. I like it.
Man. Yeah, I slipped it in this time. So, hey, if you got a problem with it, watch the game. You feel me? You got a problem with it, watch the game.
All right, I got to move on, Neckbone. I got to move on. I got so many callers. All right, so we got to be quick, guys. You got to ask the question. It's at least 18 people in here, guys, calling. So we got to move a lot faster than this, and we won't be able to do
it. King, I appreciate it. He said Chico said CU was winning when they were down by 11 in the fourth quarter. You feel me?
Surely
and it wasn't on the delusional stuff. I said how it was going to happen too. You feel me?
5456 caller coming to you. 5456. Let's go. We got a total of 2 minutes. I need you to ask your question so we can answer it and be out of here in 2 minutes, because we can't wait to total 2 minutes. Talk to us.
Okay, Big Chico.
Yes, sir.
Hello, Big Chico. Yeah.
Yep.
Now you've been following JSU when Deion Sanders was there, right?
Indeed. Yes, indeed.
Okay, so here's my question. Back with JSU, we always had problems with special teams all the time.
I'm glad you said this. Yes, go ahead.
Did the guy that was in charge of special teams from JSU move to Colorado or no?
All right, so the guy that they had for JSU as far as the special team coordinator was Alan Ricard. He played in the NFL, right? He was the JSU coordinator. He's now at UAB. The guy, Trevor, I forget Trevor's last name, but he is the current special teams coach. He was the assistant for Ricard at JSU last year. He played, Trevor played at Utah and also played with the Dolphins, I think. But you bring up a point that I wanted to make. I'm sorry?
My question is, why is special teams so bad?
Exactly what I was going to get to. I was going to ask that question because this goes back to, yes, they had problems at JSU also, but this goes back to the spring. they had 2 blocks in the spring off that left side of the line for Colorado. Same thing happened this past game and the games this whole season. The teams have been putting pressure on that left side of the line. I said in the breakdown of the spring game, and I showed why this happened. For some reason, I said the guy on the end of the line was blocking out rather than blocking down. And I said, I don't know whether they're teaching this or that one kid just made a mistake, right? That one kid has since been dismissed. So I thought that it was the kid. No lie, I thought it was the kid. Come this season, and we see the same thing going on. I said, damn, it must be something that they're teaching. There's no way you should have this many problems on point after attempts and field goals, and it comes in the same area. It has to be something you're teaching, or you're not putting the correct guys there. And I'm speaking on this on experience because I played both those end positions on field goal. I was the guy on the end of the line on the right side, or either the end of the line on the left side. And every time my special teams coach taught us, you block down, take away the inside, and create a longer end for that guy to come off of, And for some reason, that's what it was. He also said it was shanked by Feely, but also the pressure came off that left side. It was shanked by Feely. That's why they took Feely out. You feel me?
Hey, man. Hey, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for calling in. What's your name again, sir?
Rob from Texas.
Rob from Texas. Thank you for calling in, man. All right, we're going to Bishop Newkirk next. Bishop Newkirk in the building. Call or talk to me, Bishop.
What's going on?
Waiting on you, Bishop. Give me the word, baby. Give me the word.
Hey, what's the word, Thunderbird? Hey, this is what's going on. For CU to truly win this game, the trenches have to do their job. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The running game of Oregon is no joke. And so in order to do this and win this game, the trenches have to come alive.
Got you. Quick. You got any quick questions for us?
With that, do you believe that's the case, Big Dog?
Of course. The trenches have to step up. Every game has to be, the trenches going to have to step up. And we saw them, contrary to a lot of people believe, they stepped up at the end of that game versus Colorado State and made some plays. Like I said, Maury McNeil, Bishop Thomas, and a couple other guys made some plays. They're going to have to do the same thing in this game, but sustain it throughout the whole game. And I think that's going to come with not just them going out there lining up, but with Coach Kelly putting them in the right position, making the right calls, showing different fronts up front in that front seven to get some penetration and such. On offense, though, we're going to have to get tougher up front. We're going to have to get established a run somehow. Yeah. This Oregon's defense is fast, it's strong. They're going to be excited. They're going to be playing at home. But this is a team that can be beat. They can be beat with the style of play that Colorado is presenting with 5 wides, empty backfield, Shedeur Sanders taking his pick down the field. It can happen.
Gotcha. Bishop, any last quick question?
Absolutely. So, yeah, that's real quick. Hey, gumbo or oxtail stew?
Gumbo, baby.
All right, that's how we holler. I'll holler.
Appreciate you, man. That's the Bishop. That's the Bishop with the word of the day. Mike Lowry in the building. Talk to us, Mike. You got that brown sugar? You got that brown sugar, Mike? Talk to us.
Yeah, I got it. It's popping. Hey, man, I want to go rapid fire real quick, man.
Let's do it.
Chico, man. Just get my questions out, all right?
All right, let's do it.
Chico, where you play ball at?
Played at UAB, Alabama, Birmingham. As far as college go, yeah.
Oh, you over there where so you alma mater where Trent Dilfer at?
Yep, exactly.
And my homeboy Austin Watkins Jr. that's played at UAB that's on the Browns right now.
Yep. I would think so. I don't know all of the alumni, but I would think so. I think he's a way younger than me. But yeah, for sure.
Yeah. What year you was, Chico?
I was 2001. I'm an old guy. 2001, 2005, 6 season. I played with a couple of notable guys.
Okay. You and I, Eric, you and me, we all in the same area. But where you from? You from the South? You say what area? Like Alabama? Where?
South. I'm from Alabama, Selma, Alabama to be exact. If y'all don't know about Selma, Alabama, do your history, dog.
So, hey, Mike Lowry, Mike, I love it, Mike. No, I want to get into football, man.
Go ahead.
Go read it, and you can go read his bio on his page, man. Shit.
I got a bunch of questions, man. I'm just trying to see where he at with his football knowledge and shit, because I've been following him on this Colorado journey with him. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to figure out.
Let's go. You got a minute.
Do he know anything about it? Do he know anything about the running back and how explosive they is at Oregon? I got that question for you. Also, I got this question. Do you know that Bo Nix come from a long line of history with his father being a quarterback? Do you know about that? Also, I went to the TP of when Auburn beat Alabama. So do you know about that? Hold on. Let's go back to some more stuff. Will they come out with new uniforms against Oregon, since Oregon got the best uniforms in the whole country? Since prime time like to show off his uniforms, will he come out with his uniforms? Also, I have this. How easy and how was it when you was in the stadium? Like, did you feel good? Did the energy like take over you? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's how far Denver is from Colorado, Boulder. I want to know about that.
Hey, Mike.
Did you hold on, Coach? I got some more stuff. Hold on now. Did you see how the coach backcut in the new presser with Oregon? Did you see how the Oregon presser with the new coach, how he come out, they ain't never won nothing?
Mike, I love you.
Hold on. What's up? Did you hear about what?
Mike, I love you, dog. I got to go. Mike.
Hold on, Chico. I got another Chico.
Mike, I got to go,
you
Mike.
know the boys on Colorado State that there was dogs that was from Florida, Chico, that was making all.
Mike, you know I love you like a play cousin, dog. But god dang, bro.
I gotta find out who that is right there, dog. My dog.
Oh, that Mike Lowry, dog. I can say this: Coach Prime used Manscaped, Mike. That's all I know. Other than that, I don't know what's going on. I mean, god dang, I love you, Mike. You know I mean I got to crash a plane, dog. Man, 6123 coming to you. We got. Y'all remember this is a joint venture, guy. We're trying to get it in. Plus, we got a lot of people on his.
Oh man.
Man, even LV was in my ear, like, man, tell the dude to hurry up, man. God, hey, this the team members. These are teammates right here, man. Kohei's in the team. Watch this. Watch this. Mike, you still there? You still there, Mike? Mike, you still there?
Still talking. He's still asking questions back there, dog. Yeah, you got me laughing about no sweat right now. You ain't lying.
All right, 6123. Call or talk to us. You got 2 minutes. Ask us a question.
Caller, where you at?
6123. Going once.
Oh, yo, what up, Coach?
Boy, you about to get that hand. What's up with you, man? What's your name? Where you calling from? What's your question?
This is Joe Toes, a.k.a. Jay Quella from Cali.
Joe Toes with no what? All right, talk to us, Joe Toes.
Joe Toes?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I just get that mad at me, man. What's up?
Man, what's happening, man? What's shaking, man? You got to go get you some, dog. But what's happening, though?
Here's my question. Here's my question for Chico. At Colorado State, if they had pressured Colorado the last drive and rushed them instead of sitting back in the zone, would have Colorado won?
If I had a nice steak right here, I'd be eating like a mug. You know what I'm saying? If there's a whole bunch of ifs out there, if they had done this, like I said, if they had gone for that first down and tried to get the first down, maybe they would have won too. A lot of things happen in the football games where you could say, if this happened, they would have won, or if that happened, they would have won. The results are the coaches made the calls that he made. It didn't work out, and they lost the game, and they got up out that thing. All right. If was a fifth, we'd all be on some drink right now. You feel me? You heard that before. As far as moving to the next game, it's the same thing, man. They're gonna be if Oregon had done this, would they have won the game right now? If Oregon had done this, could they? So that's where I'm at with it, man. So
did you just say if Oregon would do this, they could have won the game?
Yeah, that's what they're gonna be saying next week. This time next week, we're on this thing.
How lucky. All right, go ahead. Real quick question.
What is Colorado's greatest threat this weekend against Oregon? What is their greatest threat?
Good question.
The greatest threat is a hungry, consistent Oregon team that makes great calls and it sticks with a game plan. That's what their greatest threat is. You know what I'm saying? That's what the team that they're playing. But overall, though, they're going to have to come out and play their best ball game because Colorado's coming up there to steal a win from Oregon, and they know that the pressure is on them. They know that the pressure is on them. You know, I'm coming in, and I'm coming with the perspective of what is Colorado thinking? How is Colorado going to come in with the mindset of winning the ball game? And I'm sitting here trying to articulate this to you guys. There's no doubting. How are we going to win if there is doubting? Like somebody said in the comments. You feel me? Someone said, Chico, your subscribers want you to speak on Tyler Brown's second appeal or something like that. Y'all got to call in and get the questions in, guys.
LOL, call in. You got the number. She's called in here before. But anyway, man, thank you. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for calling in. Let me get to the next callers on the line. 8193 coming to you next. 8193 coming to you next. Caller, talk to us. Give us your name, where you're calling from.
Let me give an O now to Big Dog Chico.
All right.
Oh, now.
Mac365.com. But actually, this is a 50-50 because I'm a Coach Hayes fan.
Thank you, man.
Long time Canes fan. I used to go by California King, but I see his dad kind of was rocking with that. So whatever. Let's call me Black 365 Kane.
All right.
Question for both of you. Coach Hayes, I think you spoke with it earlier today, but what are your thoughts on Alonzo Highsmith's post about folks rocking all this Denver stuff, this Colorado stuff all of a sudden? I'm going to let you know right now. I'm a longtime King fan. I rock UM stuff wherever I go. I'm from Los Angeles, so I was at USC, UCLA with my Kings gear on. I'll be in Eugene, Oregon this weekend with my Kings gear on. So again, I just want to know what you say about Highsmith saying, all these Canes rocking Denver stuff. You can't pay me to put on nobody else's nothing. And so if you can speak on that real quick, and also for you, Big Dog Chico, what's going on with that big wide receiver? I think he's number 4, the brother that was pushing folks off the line and some of those early well-off videos. What's happening with him? And also if you can speak on the impact of number 51, that brother from Tennessee that's putting in work from the linebacker position.
All right. I'll go first and knock this out the park because I'll just tell you just like it is. Alonzo Highsmith put out a post because, of course, you've had some Hurricane greats, The Rock, Warren Sapp. You've had Michael Irvin come through there, so forth and so on, and they've been on the sideline supporting Coach Prime. You have to remember something. I totally understand. Back to Chico saying the word fandom. Well, even my Canes have fandom. I get it. But you have to remember, they have friendships too. They form friendships in the NFL way, and I'm not excusing where you went to school, but you have to remember that friendship has been 10, 12 years in the league, plus the additional years when they're out the league, they've been friends 20, 30 years. So why not support your brother, right? It's just like a coach. If a coach that went to Miami, right, and he get a job at Florida State, i.e. Randy Shannon, he not supposed to wear a Florida State shirt. Like, I get that part, but you have to also understand sometimes it's bigger than the institution. Second piece to that is, I don't know this to be factual, but I've heard quite a few rumors on this, and I've heard and talked to quite a few people about this. The treatment of the alumni from the University of Miami prior to Coach Cristobal getting there was not very kind, nice, and inviting. So therefore, if it's not kind, nice, and inviting, although I went there, I played there, I may have a degree that has the U on it. Always remember this in life. You go where you appreciate it and not tolerate it.
You ain't lying.
And that's the biggest thing. The Hurricanes have a lot to fix, not just with the players, but with the community and everything else. And they're supporting their brother. They're supporting their friend. I got friends at Florida State, such and such and such and such. They got married at Florida State. I got a buddy that got married at Florida State, and I had to go up in the stadium, and I had to go up in there with my garnet and gold on. What I'm gonna tell my friend? Nah, dog, if I can't be in your wedding because I'm only wearing orange and green, it's bigger than rap, dog. And so that's my answer to that question. I understand where you're coming from. I get it, but there are some things that need to be mended, in my opinion, for that part when it comes to the Canes. And you can't knock people supporting their friend and their brother.
And they won Super Bowls together. And they played pro ball together, went through the trenches together as grown men. So yeah,
I understand and respect it.
Sure.
So,
go ahead.
As far as Javon Antonio, he was out last game with an injury. Not sure what the injury is, as it hasn't been put out there. But as of being on this live stream, I've read that he's been cleared to come back and practice this week, along with Alton McCaskill. They're both back, so it should be full go. He didn't really produce a lot that first game with all those receivers. Other receivers had 100 yards, but he is a big play guy. Had some big plays last year, and just a big, strong, physical receiver, kind of like in a TO mode. I think he'll be back on the field and have a chance to play. But a guy like Travaris Dawson has really stepped up in his offense. A young, quick, fast receiver, played at Auburn. Go ahead, you get your question in. Also, Jimmy Horn Jr., like I said, he stepped up, and Xavier Weaver. So they got a plethora of guys. Willie Gaines Jr., Willie Gaines sitting back there in Williams, along with Marion Miller and Adam Hopkins. So a bunch of guys they have that can play there. But look for Javon Antonio to come back this week.
I love it, man. Brother, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.
Real quick, Coach. He said something about Juju Mitchell. Shouts out to him. He had 15 tackles last game, came over from Tennessee, or by way of Tennessee through Arizona State, if I'm not mistaken. Got dismissed from there after going through the spring. Now he's with Coach Prime and Coach Andre Hart, starting at the middle linebacker position. Kind of overtook Bentley and DeMore Kennedy there as he came in fresh, ready to go, head hunter at that linebacker position, and good run stopper also. So
yeah,
he did his
I
thing.
appreciate you, brother. And to that point, there's two. Thank you, man. And to that point, Chico, there's two things I want to bring up. That goes and show you what experience does, right? Experience gives him that opportunity to come into a program late and play versus the command. I just want to bring that up. And then the second thing I just saw here, somebody said, Florida State, people have not been coming. Well, I don't know Coach Prime's relationship, but also think about his Coach Prime's comment about the Talladega comment versus the Florida State. How has he been treated? See, again, back to that word fandom, right? Since we threw it out there, let's use it. Fandom for us as outsiders is just what it is. For them, you don't know how Coach Prime was treated. You don't know what those conversations were like. You don't know all of those different type of deal. He even brought it up. Kendall Browse, wasn't he at Florida State?
Yep.
His alma mater. And he said Kendall Browse didn't even talk to my son. Like these are the things that you have to
go off, which is even more disrespectful. You kind of brush off Coach Prime's son, a legend at this school, and you acting like you're too good to deal with him. And I've seen offensive coordinators and entitled guys like that a lot. You know.
Yeah. Here I'll say this: we're gonna get up out of here in a little bit. If you want to call in, do so now. At the end of this call, I'm going to lock it. You will not be able to call in, or if you hang up in the process, you won't be able to call back in. So you got basically 2 minutes to get this in. 9292, you on the queue next. Call or talk to us. Give us your name. Where you calling from?
Hey man, first off, blessings to y'all, man. Calling in, Sean. I'm actually in Arizona, man. So I'll be at the AZ State game, man.
All right.
Biggest thing is it seems like, of course, with Coach Prime been saying this, and you guys have touched on this too, the goalpost is shifting a lot. So I would say is, honestly speaking, what would you, obviously, of course, this has already been a success, right? 1 win last year, 3 this year. What would you say realistically, or what we'll say win-wise, are we looking at to go in, okay, this is actually a successful year? Where can we look at and say, hey, we're 6 wins above, this is something to build off of? And that kind of goes into my second question is with next year we're going into the Big 12 and it's going to be a different change of schedule, more traveling. What is that something that you're excited to see going forward with Coach Prime? And I know he wants to stay with Colorado.
I can answer this really quickly, Chico. First of all, I think the Big 12 would be great. It'd be exciting. You'll see different play. That's just to answer that quickly. What was the first question? I'm like Coach Prime. You got to ask me one thing because I'm old.
One question, dog. One question.
I haven't finished. One question, dog. Oh, the goalpost. In regards to what now? The goalpost?
Yeah, just like, different people, even fans now, are starting to talk about college football playoff, different things.
Oh, you're talking about the record prediction. Say, okay. Record. Yes. So I'll say this quickly. Yeah. I've said from the very beginning, 6-6. I thought that was very reasonable. I thought it was feasible. I thought with all of the uphill battles that he has to endure, he's also in uncharted territory. I understand the history behind Coach Prime, always being a winner, and all of those great things. But just through my experience, it's basically it's almost like a brand new school, right? I kind of looked at it as I made a parallel to like an expansion team in the NFL when you get a brand new, like when the Jacksonville Jaguars came. That's how I equated, because you basically gutted the roster, got a brand new roster, you didn't just get brand new coaches, but you got guys coming from all over. So I thought 6-6 was very reasonable. You can go look at previous, not you, but in general, you can go look at the previous things of why I said. I did say that TCU would beat them. I said I thought it would be a very close game, maybe even a late field goal, but it ended up being 3 points the other way around. No problem. I'm okay with that. Not an issue. However, I still think I had Oregon in there, USC. You see what you laughing at, huh?
Nah, that prediction. That's all. That prediction that TCU was gonna beat them. That's all. I'm just laughing at that because everybody called me crazy on it. You know what I mean? So I'm just laughing.
But okay. So TCU, Oregon State, TCU, Oregon State, UCLA.
I'd say there's 7 teams ranked Pac-12.
Utah, and Utah was the other one. That's what I had. So I had TCU, Oregon, USC, Oregon State, UCLA, and Utah were the 6 that I chose.
Those are all teams that people would pick on paper and just looking at the brands and over the last 20 years.
But listen, hold up. But like you told me, that's how I feel.
That's how you feel.
That's it. I'm cool. And so I just want to answer that. So I'm done with it, Chico.
What about you, Chico?
Mm-hmm.
You said a successful year or my prediction?
As in, all right. Oh yeah. What's your prediction for you? We'll go that way. Yeah.
My prediction for the year is domination. I told y'all I didn't do no 7-6, 5-6, 6. Yeah, get up out of here because we talking about domination. You feel me? I'm going game by game. I gave y'all 3 picks off the top of the season. Now I'm going game by game, and I just told you guys we're going to go into the USC game.
What was your
4-0?
What was your season prediction prior to? Maybe I missed it. Did you give one?
As many games as possible. One of them, yeah, all of them. That's what it was. Go to the
championship. Can we use numerical values in this answer?
Not really.
Okay. All right.
Because I didn't give those, and I never give that, other than saying we're gonna go in there and win each and every game. You didn't hear me give a prediction on the schedule.
So if you say win each and every game, that's 12 wins. You just said to go win each and every game. So that's 12-0. No problem.
When we're talking about, that's just now. But when we're talking about going by each and every game by game, those things, that's how I go by. Because I'm not even looking at who's on the schedule. Washington State right now. I'm not even looking at Arizona right now, even though people are picking that team to lose versus. We're not even looking at that. We're looking at the next game, and the next one up is Oregon. I went for the first 3 first. I saw TCU upset. I saw Nebraska win. I saw Colorado State win. That's where I stopped at. Now we looking at Oregon, and I'm saying from here to Oregon, that's a win. We're gonna go into USC.
Can I be honest with you, dog? I just want to say, when you say that right there, I feel like no new taxes. I just feel like you're talking politics. Come on, dog. I'm being honest. It's all fun. But see, the problem is
1-0 every week. Somebody say I like that. 1-0 every week. This week we're gonna be 1-0.
So 12-0 is your record. So 12-0.
Why y'all trying to stick on a record for the whole season? What is that? I'm talking about right now.
Fun. It's stuff you do in sport. We just talking because people ask you what you had. I say 6-6. Here's the deal. We just having fun.
It's just going off 6-6. Oh, you just going off of that?
No, I looked at no. But you can't tell me that. Hold on. No, I did not. I went off 6-6 for 6 various reasons.
How could you go 6-6 off with a team that you really haven't even seen yet or even deep dove into? You just going saying.
No, I did not. I'm looking at when I came up with the 6-6. I know we just took over your spot, dog. 92. Sorry, but here's what I'll say.
Oh no,
when I looked at and I gave specific reasons why I said for all 6 of those games. I'm not going to go through that tonight because it's too far. Right. I simply said, TCU, I felt will come back because of experience through Sonny Dykes, blah, blah, blah. I said, maybe
coach.
And I was wrong. And that's the problem. No. But the point is, you don't want to be wrong because you don't want to say a number and be like, well, Chico was wrong. No, it's fun. I was wrong. Guess what?
Thinking is wrong, then I don't want to be right. Lord,
y'all can't.
No, I'm telling the truth. Y'all just saying 6-6 because it sounds good. Y'all just saying.
I didn't say that. Can I be honest with you? No, that's not true. You know how many people, Chico?
That's how far
Hold
we
on,
can
hold on.
see. It's just like headlights.
I'm not gonna go through that, Chico.
It's
I'm
just
only
like
saying that.
headlights.
I'm only saying that, dog, because no,
Canes football talk. Y'all wanna? Come on, man.
Chico. Why you? But listen, you've heard about it. What I'm saying is, Chico. Most people was giving them 3 wins.
I don't care what they was giving them.
I'm just telling you. I'm saying I gave them. Okay.
Their opinion.
Well, guess what, bro? 92. He's not gonna give you a number. He's not gonna give you a number, but he said they're gonna go 1-0 every week.
Nah, he understand what I'm saying. You understand what I'm saying, though, right?
Yeah, that's bullshit.
You understand what I'm saying?
No, that's bullshit. Nah, I don't. I'm gonna tell you why, Chico. Because if we're gonna,
I'm
if
talking
that's
about
your
the caller.
team,
92 understand what I'm saying.
yeah,
People
he
in the
gone.
chat, I bet they understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, dog.
We ain't just
No,
throwing out the
I
numbers
just,
out there. Or they're gonna go 9-3 and or 6-6. We gonna win the next game because we looking to go 12-0. You feel me? I'm not gonna go out here and say we're gonna
so
lose.
there you go.
We looking to go 12-0.
So that's all you gotta say. 12-0.
What we looking for?
Well, what's wrong with just saying that, Chico? That's all I'm saying. If you're looking to do that, hey man, I believe Colorado can go 12-0. See, that's
yeah.
You didn't say that. You said, "Oh, I'm not doing that." If you felt like your team going 12-0,
y'all want to do
no, say 12-0.
Okay, well,
You basically,
if you want to hold on a number, then
I don't want to hold on a number.
And O then.
All right, then.
Point
I love
is,
it.
we going 1-0 the next game. I did the 3-0. Now we're gonna be 4-0 going to USC.
Great job, dog. I just come on, dog. You know that, dog. I got my love for you, dog. But when you pull the no taxes move right now, like, come on. I'd rather you say, look, that was straight political. I'd rather you just be straight up and be like, look, dog, I believe in Colorado, and we going, man, don't worry about the chat. I believe this much in Coach Prime what he's got going on in these players that they're gonna go 12-0. And I could do number say, man, go for it.
I really don't do that. Because I can come to a game in week 11 or something, and we could be 10-0, and I might feel like, hey man, we lost this, we lost that, we down to this, we down to that, we don't have a great chance of this one, but I'm still confident going into this game. I'm gonna be confident going into each and every game. I'm thinking they can win each and every game, dog.
That's
but
fine.
I've just never been a guy to be like,
but what's wrong with saying that?
It's 7-3. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, okay.
Man,
if y'all want a prediction, then my prediction will be 12-0. How about that?
There you go. Nothing wrong, bro. Clap it up for Chico.
It will be 12-0.
At the end of the day, all I'm saying, that's all we saying. But you know that I was hedging the bet, dog. Like, I don't really give it. I'm looking this week. Come on, dog. Come on. This is supposed to be a debate show. Stick to it. Let's go, dog.
That's what we doing. We debate. You want me to do something that I don't want to do. Everybody talking about, Chico, don't dip your toes in the water and dive in. Chico don't know what prediction mean.
Why you worried about the This me and you talking. This Chico, this is my dog, Big Dog Chico talking to Coach Hayes. I'm the dude that's gonna ruin your brand, as they say. I'm talking to you dog for dog. Yeah. Let's go there, Chico. That's what I'm talking about. I like to get nasty with it. I like to get messy, as Brandon Marshall say, but I'm just saying.
Omega Red said, that's all I had to say at the beginning, shaking my head. Y'all not Chico's show, Coach the
7502 coming to you next.
Bandwagon ride, man.
Y'all 7502. I'm sorry, I'm getting ready to lock you right now.
Has been locked.
7502, you on the line. No, we got 7502, you on the line.
Hey, Big Dog Chico, what's up?
What's up? What's shaking? Potato chips or bacon? What's happening?
Hey man. Hey, I met you down here at the Boulder for the Nebraska game. Were you here for the CSU game?
No, I wasn't there for the CSU game, actually. I had my team out there. My team was out there getting some footage and doing their thing, but I wasn't there physically.
Yeah, okay. I don't know if you mentioned, are you going up to Eugene? Oregon?
Man, I was planning on going to Eugene, Oregon, but it looks like I'm going to be going. I'm going to be announcing this on my show too. I'm going to be headed to Boulder, dog, and we're going to be doing some things out there at Boulder. Shouts out to some of the venues out there on Pearl Street, but y'all stay tuned for some more info coming up soon. I'll be out there in Boulder where it's colder.
Hey, y'all got to come out here on the hill by the Starbucks on the hill. These kids go crazy.
Starbucks on the Hill.
Look up when you come out here. Look up Starbucks on the Hill.
All right.
These kids start like they don't go to bed the night before and they stay up all day long, all night long. And man, wait till you come out here. They go crazy.
Much love. Hit me up on Instagram. Let me know who you are. Hit me up on Instagram. Let me know who you are so we can link up when I get out there.
All right, real quick, brother. Do you got a question? You got any questions for us? I hate to rush you like that, but we got a few people.
Well, I was going to mention real quick, hey, Oregon hasn't lost at home in the last 32 games. I haven't heard anyone mention that. So,
wow.
Are we still going to believe after that?
I'm definitely believing, dog. They're gonna have to lose someday. You feel me? And the right person to go in there and try to win is somebody who's going to walk tall with confidence, that's not going to back down. And that's happened to be a head coach and a quarterback that happened to be his son. And they're coming in that thing to get a win. It's simple as that.
I'm all for it.
I don't see no other way.
I'll say this. I'll say this to answer your question. Right now, Colorado has a Herculean task ahead. Doesn't mean they can't win it. Doesn't mean they can't win it.
The same thing was said about the TCU game.
No. Okay, you're right.
Was TCU not looked at as being a better team than Oregon?
But like you want me always tell me, let me finish.
TCU not looked at as a better team than Oregon?
This season? No, they were not.
Okay.
No.
So
they were not.
Team coming off the national championship now. I know how
does not make you a better. No.
So you would have picked Oregon over TCU
if they played this year.
Yeah.
Yes. Over the very beginning. Yes. Because of what Oregon has and TCU doesn't have. Like I said, what TCU did is a straight anomaly, right? They haven't done it long enough to put a pattern on it, right? But you can't tell. No, Oregon is a much better.
For real.
They won games.
They won some games, yeah. But big games. What big games? Talk to me.
They're a 10-win team. Mario Cristobal just walked out of there with the 2 Rose Bowls. I mean, bro, they're winning the games. I'm just saying. I get where you're coming from. But at the end of the day, they have one team. They got they're established so far.
Nobody's scared of Oregon, dog. Nobody's scared of Oregon. Nobody's scared of Oregon, dog.
You don't have to be scared of them. You asked me about TCU. You asked me about TCU.
I'm just saying, from mentality wise, Colorado going in there. We ain't scared.
That's fine. Listen, you can go in there. You can go in there with the faith of a mustard seed, and I'm cool with that. I'm just telling you that I know from opponent to opponent, and you can call me a hater. That means you better call Keyshawn Johnson a hater. You better call Michael Irvin a hater.
Why?
Because on they say the same exact thing I've said. That doesn't mean they're not going to win. I'm just saying they have a huge task in front of them, and a lot of things have to happen, and it's going to start with them 5 up front. And that's where it starts right there. And that's just what it is.
Those guys getting better each and every game, in my opinion.
You're right.
You're right. I think guys are getting better each game. They're getting more confident. They're learning. We can play better. The coaches is learning, okay, this guy does this well. This guy does that well. We can put them in better positions to do this.
I'm not saying they're not, no, Chico.
Stop debating our identity.
Chico, why are you debating?
Because that's the name of the show.
No. What I'm saying is, but you're not listening to the fact that I'm saying I agree with you. But you still can't tell me. I'm sorry to do hung up, but you still can't tell me right now that because you still even then we didn't answer. When you said, "What do you
ask me the question?"
No, that question was when the guy asked you. The guy asked you one time. He said, "What do you think is the thing that he said that TCU? I'm sorry, that Colorado needs to fix the most?" And you just said, "Oh, well, they coming there with a great game plan." I wanted to answer, but it went on so long. Now,
that wasn't the question.
What was the question?
You said what Colorado need to fix the most, or you said thing that
he said the threat. That's what it was. What was the thing that threatened Colorado? He said, what was the thing that threatens Colorado the most?
I said it was a good Oregon team who's coming out there focused. Because in other words, if they don't come out there focused, they don't come out there confident, they don't come out there mistake-free, then they're going to end up in the dogfight and lose the game. That's what I'm saying. That's their biggest threat.
No, I get that. I'm telling you, the biggest threat right now, the biggest threat to me right now is the 5 guys up front and what happens. How can they pick up even on run game? Those 5 guys up front to me become the biggest threat for Colorado's success offensively. That's just what it is. And that's why I was just going with that. 35-65 coming to you next in that sense. 35-65 coming to you. Call or talk to us. Give us your name. Where you calling from? You got 2 minutes. Hello.
Yes, this is Sharon. Hello, this is Sharon calling from the Texas area. This call is from BiggDogg Chico.
All right, okay. Sharon, thank you for calling.
Oh, not a problem. Listen, what can we do to unlock this offense? They're playing as sluggish as I feel at nighttime after I've worked 12 hours. What is going on with them? They can't seem to wake up the first and second quarter.
Yeah, that is something that I can that I can kind of speak on, which is I think it's more of just the getting into the rhythm of things and filling out the defense and understanding what they're doing. Now, we can't say that too much about the TCU game because they came out there on fire and they sustained it throughout the game.
Exactly.
But then Nebraska comes out there.
And the heat.
Yeah, in the heat. But then Nebraska has a week, or
Right.
actually they had a week to study, along with Colorado State had 2 weeks to study. And now Oregon is going to come in with some time to study. But the thing is, Colorado now has the chances to make those adjustments. Travis not being in the game, they don't have to try to make packages to have Travis in there. I think Coach just jumped on the earlier. I think what they can do though in this Oregon game is come out there with a game plan like they had for TCU and try to jump on them fast because that's going to be crucial in this game. Coach Lewis has the offensive game plan to do what he needs to do. I think he don't need to go sideline to sideline once again. He needs to attack those guys in that slot, make them cover. Linebackers, safeties, and third and fourth string cornerbacks, they need to make them cover. And that should be the game plan. I think that'll get them going faster. Also, a running game, which Alton McCaskill coming back this game should be able to be picked up, and that'll keep them on the field a lot longer for the offense. Hope I answered your question.
Okay, may I have 30 more seconds?
Go ahead.
It's a little delay, so go for it. It's a little delay. Talk to us.
Okay, thanks. For the Louis luggage, do you think this is part of Coach Prime's plan was not to unpack all of the contents for the first few games so they could kind of springboard what they really want to do once they come into conference play?
I think that was part of it. I think more than less than that would be some of those guys were injured before. They came in with injuries, like a Travis J, like Jalen Ellis came in late. He was one of those guys. DeMore Kennedy still nursing an injury. Alton McCaskill, a lot of them just nursing those injuries and just now getting back. Man, Coach Prime kind of, I guess, used the word predicted that those guys would be coming back mid-season or at this point in the season, 4 and 5 games. So I think that's what was planned, and I think that's what they kind of scheduled for, was to have those guys come back during this conference run with these big teams coming up.
Okay.
Gotcha. Well, thank you so much for calling in, man. We really appreciate you. Thank you. All right, real quick. Thank you so much, 3665. Real quick, Sunshine, as nice as Sunshine is, says that this is the part I love. This is the part I really love. Sunshine says, Coach just jumped on the bandwagon earlier this year. Why? Because Coach Prime was the hottest thing going. Let's keep it real. He's a Cane fan to heart. I got a whole damn corner over here with Cane stuff. You're 100% right. You're 100% right. It is called Business 101. Can I tell you that 99.9%, probably except for DNVR, are on here because Coach Prime went to Colorado? You can't tell me no different. You got some people that followed him from Jackson State, and I damn sure ain't seen nobody doing podcasts about Trinity Catholic. So don't get it twisted, Sunshine. Let's don't get it twisted. Y'all all of a sudden Colorado fans is why? Because Coach Prime is at Colorado.
Hold up. Did Sunshine come from my page?
Yeah, they did. And it says, come on,
dog. You talking real?
I didn't know it was a girl.
Sunshine, dog.
I'm supposed to know it's a girl. It could be them and they. How am I supposed to know?
Well, them and they, get up off of them, dog. You going in on hard.
Come on, Coach. I'm ready for. No, I'm not going hard, Coach. I'm ready for whatever you got to say. I hate this. I hate that because you're trying to hold me accountable for the same damn thing you did. Unless you show me a degree or you show me some papers where you matriculated at CU, then I'll say I apologize. But until then, guess what? That shit out of here, man. Anyway, 8350 coming to you.
Hold out, Sunshine.
8350 coming to you.
Hold now. Calling out of Texas, man.
What's up with you, DT?
I want to tell y'all brothers, man, I appreciate y'all giving me a chance to be on here.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna tell you, I am a Colorado fan because I'm a Deion Sanders fan. I can dig what Chico's talking about, man. Listen, we got weapons that y'all don't even know that they ain't even talking about it, man. I've been watching Deion, man, since he got there. We got weapons getting ready to come out. We was holding them, brother. We was holding them till USC and Oregon. Man, listen, let me tell you something. I'm 60 years old. Even given Saturday, anybody can win. You don't think that Oregon is all this and that. You dig what I'm saying? Tell them, Chico.
You better believe
Tell
it.
them, man.
They trying to play against the ghost of Oregon.
So quit acting like Jason Whitman, man.
Oh, far from Jason Whitlock. Didn't I tell you that, Chico? Chico, didn't I tell you that? Hold up. Chico, answer that. Say yes and no. Hold up. I like what you just said. Didn't I just tell you that, Chico? That's the first thing people say. I told you that, dog. I know how people act. Because you wiggle your butt. Hold up.
I feel that you hate it a little bit, man, on Deion Sanders, man. You ain't giving us credit. Let me tell you something. These guys are this a new team, bro. This is a new team.
You're right.
You got to get this is a new team. Their chemistry is not together all the way, brother.
I told you, didn't I tell you,
man,
Chico?
They're going 12-0, man. You understand what I'm saying, man? And you going to respect what you say, bro.
I appreciate it.
Right.
Game, man.
I'm trying to tell you.
Game, bro.
Talk to me, dog.
You out there upsetting everything, man. Quit being upset and quit being a hater.
I'm sorry for hating,
I like
dog.
you, though.
It's in my DNA, dog. I just can't help myself. I just can't help myself.
Brian said he don't need no hateration or no holleration in this dancery, dog.
Coach Hayes about the game, man.
Put me on some game, dog.
Coach Hayes. Coach Hayes.
Hold on, Chico. No, hold on. Don't hang up. Don't hang up, brother.
Ain't nobody talking about.
Can I ask one question? Can I ask you one question? I just want to ask one question.
Ask him.
Yes, sir.
All right. You say I have hater in me. Tell me what I said tonight that was hating, or any night.
Yeah, I feel like I'll take that back. You're a good brother. I'll take that back, man. I just feel like, man, you ain't feeling Coach Prime like we feel it. You think, man, Oregon ain't nothing, man. USC ain't nothing. Let me tell you something. Colorado is better than any of them.
Players too, dog.
We got some weapons, boy.
Okay, can I go back? Excuse me, sir. I would like to go back. No, sir. You like to go back? You said I was hating. I'm asking you to tell me because something in your heart made you say I was a hater. And everybody, hold on, Chico. Everybody, no, I know that, but that's the problem. Everybody from everybody's show I've been on this, you a hater. When I ask them today, what did I done? Or whatever. Hold on,
brother. I'm looking at your demeanor, man.
What's my demeanor?
You just broke that one while ago because she's the bandwagon. We all love Deion Sanders, man.
I agree.
You know what he's changing the trajectory of life, man?
Excuse me, sir. Sir, I agree with you. Sir, I agree with you. But you still, sir, I agree with you.
Come on,
hold on. Sir, I agree with you. I'm still waiting for you to say something that I'm a hater. You said my demeanor. I've been on here laughing, having fun with Chico. I'm asking you a question.
I said I apologize for that. I apologize.
Oh, okay, so I'm not a hater. I just want to make sure that's okay. All right, appreciate you.
I like that, brother. I'm real.
All right, thank you, man. I appreciate that, man.
Real talk.
Thank you. Appreciate you, dog. Thank you. That's all I want to say.
Big dog. I feel what you're saying, big dog. I feel what you're saying, big dog. You feel me? Out of Dallas, Texas. Shout out to the D-Town, man. Shout out to the whole DF Dub. You feel me? And out to West Texas where I used to live at, man. But I'm gonna tell you like this right here. You got to feel what my dog's saying. You feel me? Y'all talking about 6 and 6 and stuff. Y'all might as well keep that. Y'all might as well keep it. Don't even come on inside if you talking about 6 and 6. That's why Coach Prime is telling y'all that it's about 85%. It's about 85% of the locker room that truly believe. And those that 15%, those are the people who talking about we might go 7 and whatever. We might go 9 in this. We might go 6 in this. Man, we don't want to hear none of that foolishness. We don't subscribe to none of that bull junk.
All right,
man.
I appreciate
to win the next game.
I appreciate Coach Hayes, man.
I appreciate you too. Thank you, man.
I want to apologize to Coach Hayes. Hold up, Chico. Chico, before y'all let me go. Chico, let me go. I want to apologize to Coach Hayes, man, because I shouldn't have put him in that. I should have put him with Jason Witten. Now, Jason Witten is a buster, and Coach Hayes is a real brother.
I appreciate
Jason
that.
Witten is a sellout, man. You hear me?
I'll slap Jason Whitlock. I told Chico that earlier.
That fool and knock your teeth out with my back, man. That's right. I don't like that fool.
But
I give him the Shedeur treatment. Boop, talking right in the eye.
But you see what he just did, Coach Hayes? He also did what I told you also, Coach Hayes. Most people and the real ones out there are not going to put you in no Jason Whitlock category. They're going to understand the real thing. Just like this brother just said. He's like, no, you know what? Coach Hayes is a real one. Which he is, in my opinion. But he will say some silly stuff about Coach Prime and
I like the debate, man.
Like what?
I like the debate, man.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. I hope you got do me a quick favor. Thank you, brother.
Man.
All love, brother. Do me a quick favor. If you like this show, this new setup, put thumbs in on both sides. We're just trying to get a gauge. If you like this, put a thumbs up and so forth. Real quick, Lawrence RB for the $10. I don't know if you get super chats on your side, Chico. Let me know. I don't see them come up here, but if you do, let me know and I'll try to read them off. But Lawrence RBE $10 says, Coach Hayes and BiggDogg, philosophically in general, it's better to throw a player out to the wolves or let him develop. I've seen both scenarios work. Also, will recruits adapt Dylan's style coming early? A lot of people come early to college now. I mean, it's just that's the way. I'm not to go through that. High school is set up now where they can graduate so much early. You see so many kids leaving in January. That's why, you have this early, quote unquote, early signing day is because players are technically leaving early. So, I mean, you got quite a few of them signing early. And, it's actually rare to do what Kamani McLean did. That's super rare for him to come late in today's football. Just because of the way I set up. But thank you, Lawrence, for the $10 $10 super chat. Thank you so much.
Super chat.
But Chico, like I said, we're gonna talk right after this as well. But like I said, those are the things I'm saying. I appreciate the brother. I didn't catch his name, but I do appreciate him for saying that. But I told you that Whitlock, I want to slap him myself. Punk mother. I'm telling you, dog, because he just do some real. But if I say 6-6, I'm nowhere near no doggone Jason Whitlock because we talking about football. Jason Whitlock start talking about God. He talking about complex and all. Come on, dog. I'm not. Yeah, that's insulting as hell. Anyway, but I do appreciate him doing that. All right, we got two last ones. Lord have mercy. Mike Lowry, come on, man. You got 1 minute, bro.
Mike Lowry, dog. Don't do it again, dog. Don't do it to me, dog.
Come on, Mike.
Turn him up in the headphones.
Give him the business, Mike. Give him the business for old coach.
Come on, man. Come on, now. Don't give me 1 minute, man. God damn.
You spending your time talking. Let's go.
Listen, I got Chico. You ain't answering my questions, man.
What was the questions?
Hey, Chico, I'm gonna tell you this right now. My homeboy.
Hey, this like Coach Prime said, dog. You better give one question at a time, dog.
Trotman went to Colorado Buffaloes back in the days. So we always rooted for the Buffalo back in Fort Myers. Right now we got like a little text thread going on in Fort Myers. Like, y'all ain't really no Buffalo fans if you don't know these players that played at Colorado, right? So let's talk about that. Also, you just brought up Tavares Dawson, Chick, and then Amari and Cooper.
Go from down your way.
Like for them to win these games that they come in the Pac-10. Because I played JUCO ball in California. I was recruited by because I ain't passed my statistic class. But back to this shit. You got to be able to cover. Them boys ain't running but 4.5. Them boys they finna play up against right now, them boys running 4.3, 4.4 right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like and like they don't allow their front four to get comfortable in the game. They moving them out too fast. If they let Amari McNeil get comfortable, number 95 get comfortable, number 49 get comfortable, and number 9 get comfortable, they can get some pressure on the quarterback. But they keep running these guys out in situational football because the NCAA done changed the time clock where a lot of these offenses are running no huddle. They get in 2-minute drills, and they get into a situation where they got to sub because people are tired.
Right.
But that ain't how football plays, BiggDogg. You play football. That's why I ask you these questions. You got to settle in the game. It's at least like 60 to 70, 80 plays a game. You got to settle into a game when you got to protect the front. Like, you switching all these guys in and out. That ain't how the game get played. You got to get dominant. You know what I mean? So that's where I see the back end need to step it up a little bit. They need to put Rod in. You know what I mean? They need to find out what they're gonna do with
Mike,
the other boy, number 31. He can play.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? They're gonna get beat by a lot of these guys they finna run up against in the Pac-12.
Yeah,
These running, man.
Yeah,
And they
Mike,
can't be recovered.
Mike, you
Skill.
got me on mute.
And listen, I'm
I'm sorry, Stevie
fan,
G.
Big Dog, and I'm mad y'all rank higher than us. Y'all started out 91 in the country this year, and we started out 41, and y'all passed us, man.
Who?
I
Yeah.
don't appreciate that.
UAB?
No, us. Mike, Laurie, I love you, man. Appreciate you. I got to go.
I'm a hurricane.
Yeah, he a hurricane now. All right.
You see Coach what?
God
Coach got on right now. Coach Timmons, I coach him every year. Pop Warner.
All right.
I develop kids, man. They don't even know how to play the game.
Gotcha.
I support Coach.
Mike, love you, man.
Cool, man. You
Appreciate you. I love you, Mike. God dang, dog. This is a different type of show. Remember, it's a collab. This ain't Coach Hayes' show. We just can't run on. I suck. But when I'm dealing with another person, his time, my time, it's a little different. So I love y'all for it. But Mike Laurie, boy, I know your end of practice speech. Boy, knees be hurting.
Yeah.
Boy.
I bet you be killing it.
Hey, them boy done sweet. Them boy be like, man, here go Coach Laurie, boy.
For real.
Anyway, I will say this right quick. Lawrence, thank you. And this is coming from your side, so we can put them up. Majority of CU fans are Prime fans first. I will argue that CU fans are the bandwagon. CU fans are the bandwagon. Wow. Where Coach Prime goes, so will we. The hate from amongst us, shake my head.
And I'll say this. Yeah, I'll go on that before we get out of here because we've been in here 3 hours for the set, 3 hours. And that's
first show. We ain't doing that. We said 1 hour, Chico, didn't we?
That's 2 hours longer than what we wanted to. But y'all go ahead, subscribe, hit the like button now, share this thing. I don't see them subscribers growing right now, so y'all need to do y'all job. Get on that thing and subscribe to both channels. Let us know you up in here. Let us know you like this thing. Get in the comments and hit the hearts and thumbs up and all the other good stuff, man. I appreciate you guys. But
what's your response
to this? My response to this is this is nothing new. This goes back to when free agency started in football. When Reggie White did it, he went from the Eagles to the Green Bay Packers. When Coach Prime did it the following year, I think, and when he went from the Falcons to the 49ers. When people were rooting for teams like the Buffalo Bills, Cowboys, and so on, when players came about and primetime made the identity of the players and free agent became a thing, that's when people started loving players and type of jumping from team to team, so to speak. That's why the LeBron thing is so prevalent now. People don't have a problem with saying, yeah, I used to hate the Lakers, but now I rock with the Lakers because my favorite player is there, LeBron James. Same thing with the 49ers. You got people who never liked the 49ers who rooted for him rooted for them because Coach Prime came there. This is no different. Man can go coach the Alaska Argonauts, and we're gonna be Alaska Argonauts fans. You feel what I'm saying? That's simple.
And that's and you know what Chico brilliantly said, beautifully said. But people like Sunshine, that I get it. You may not like my commentary, but don't try to act like I'm doing something different than everybody else is doing because I don't fit your narrative. So that's all I'm saying. No, that's exactly what they said.
And I almost give a shout to a hater right here. I'd have blocked your comment, but he's on your page talking about Owen said definitely not joining a channel where Bucky's videos get commentated on. Well, that's on you, player. You know,
to watch it. I get it. Right.
You ain't gotta watch it. I almost said something, but I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna leave it at it.
CW for $2 says Coach Hayes not a hater. I'm a hater. Hashtag CW. He a Howard Bison. That dude he hate on the Miami Hurricanes, and he a Hurricane fan.
Yeah.
He called us scrub. But anyway,
I want to make sure I get some old Niles out there too, man. Shouts out to Mississippi checking in. Go ahead, put your cities and your states where you checking in, where you listening in from. Shouts out to everybody in South Florida, Mississippi, Colorado, and South Kakalaki. Everybody else, man. Thank y'all for subscribing and checking in. You already know what it is.
Yes, sir. A day with CEO says 4-0. Hey, man, I'm all for it, baby. Listen, if they like it, I love it. But I always tell people, I come here to talk ball. I'm looking at it through experiences. It's okay. It's all right. We're here to talk ball. You understand that? Like I said, that's what these are for. We're here to. Matter of fact, do me a favor, Chico. Point right above your head. Just point straight up. See that word debate? That's what we're doing. Having a good time talking about all going back and forth. There are some things that we're going to agree on. There's some things we're not going to agree on. There's some things that are going to go left, some things that's going to go right. But at the end of the day, I'm straight and I'm cool with it, man. Real quick. He say not his friend. I'm a hater. All right. So we got all that. I got old school in. He want to say bye to you, Chico, because he love you so much, and we get
All
up out
right.
of here.
Shout out to Joe Toes, who has none of those. He said, Chico, what product do you use on your hair? I use no products, only juices
and berries. Come on,
iteration. What do you use on your face? Actually, the product I use is your girlfriend's. Go ahead, Coach. Next one.
He on here. I tried to get him on here. Hold on.
Atlanta, 09 Atlanta, North Carolina. While we could try to get wasn't it old school to check in? Shouts out to Georgia. Travis
Hey,
J. Shouts out
Go
to
ahead,
Texas,
man.
Texas, Memphis, Tennessee.
You did a good man. Don't get it, man. Take it easy now. You already explained everything that need to explain. You ain't got to address the idiots or the fools in the chat because they gonna be there. I'm telling you, they there. Matter of fact, you didn't already invite them. Now they gonna come over to your show and do it. But they don't make a difference. Don't worry about that. Listen to me. The person that you need to get understanding to is that guy right next to you. And please get him to understand. But it don't make a difference whether you do it, whether you say it. Don't make a difference what they do on the field. And what they do on the field is going to express him and make him hear real good to it. Because he said that first with that 6-6. I know I talk fast, but listen up though. Look, he said that first with that 6-6. He already revised that forecast already because now he's saying 7-5. And wait that 4-0 come like he just seen up in his face. Well, I'm telling you, look here, Chico. I've been following you since December. I've been following him for a long time. He made a promise to his fans out there in Miami with the Gators, not the Gators, but out there in Miami. He made a promise to them if they don't make it to no bowl, he coming somewhere else. And tell Coach, this is my question.
I did say that.
Tell him. God dang, why would you say it loud then? No, why don't you tell him now? Tell him what you said, Coach.
I clearly said, old school, if you shut up for a minute. If I clearly said, old school, I said if Colorado makes it to a bowl game with all that they have to go through and Miami does not, with Mario Cristobal and the $80 million dude and da-da-da-da, I'm a Colorado fan. I clearly said I'm never going to back down from that. I clearly said that. That's all I said. Suffering succotash.
That's good enough. That's good enough. We're looking for you for next year because we need them Florida boys out there. You got down there. I'm telling you, more since you ain't got no more ties with me, they gonna do you. They gonna do you out there in Florida like they did what's his name out there at Jackson State after they did what's his name Uncle Neely. They gonna take the keys from you, but it's all right there. You're gonna have the keys down there in Colorado, and you're gonna be able to get the Florida boys down. That's the whole plan. You don't understand. This is designed to this. You don't get it,
All right, here we go, man.
Your body. My dog, old school.
Old school. I like old school. He just keep talking. Man, around the stunk up my microphone, man. But anyway, man, that's old school in the building. I appreciate letting him get his last laugh out of there. But anyway, we had quite a few people in here, man. This is the very first show. I guess we literally came up this with probably 5 minutes ago before the doggone 8:30. Click the prime time debate. But anyway, we'll work some things out. We had some technical difficulties, some kinks we got to work on, and so forth and so on. But with all that being said, Chico, any last words you like to give anybody?
Man, appreciate you joining in. Y'all already know what to do, man. Shouts out to the whole gang. Hit the like, subscribe, comment, all the other good stuff. Share this thing. Let everybody know what it is. We checking in, and we live and in effect, back and direct. For the international listeners and the national listeners, I'm all discombobulated after 3 hours. But everybody listening in, appreciate you guys now. And this light work for Coach Hayes as he'll stay on this thing for 8+ hours, and then ask for some more. So I gotta go eat something. I need a peanut butter jelly or something in my system right now.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Going to check out, man. I appreciate you guys joining in, lock in, tap in. Appreciate you once again.
Yeah, definitely, man. We appreciate your call. Like I say, hit like, subscribe on both ends of the channel. Switch, swap if you whatever. Go to his, go to mine, whatever. We want to build this thing up and have a good time. I think we can definitely have debates. It doesn't get personal, right? It might get a little heated. This is the first one, but we're gonna always have fun with it because at the end of the day, it's everybody's opinion, right? There's no really right or wrong. It's just your opinion at the end of the day. So with all that being said, I appreciate y'all. Peace, love, and hair grease. And we'll catch you next week, 8:30, right? We're gonna do it at 8:30 on Tuesdays.
8:30 on Tuesday, 8:30 Eastern time on Tuesdays, 2:30 Pacific time if you're in the middle of the ocean. You know what I mean?
So hold up. Can I clarify? Because we almost jacked that up.
Yeah.
So Pacific time is 3 hours behind.
No. We 6 hours behind you. So that's
correct. In Hawaii.
In Hawaii, we're 2:30. No, I'm sorry.
Right.
Did I say Pacific time? Yeah, we're Pacific time. That's
no. Pacific time is California. You got to be on some other time. I don't know what that time zone called.
I think it'll be on your thing. It'll be Alaska time, actually, Alaska time. So Pacific time will be
California. Correct.
Yeah. So we're even further than that. You know what I mean?
That's why I was like, you like Pacific. I'm like, hold up.
I think they put it in Alaska time, so to speak. So, or you could say Hawaii time, but I was saying Pacific Ocean. You know what I mean? Like Birdman said, the Pacific that is.
And guess what? And his behind in the dang on Atlantic in Miami. Idiot. The video shot in Miami, Pacific,
right. Yeah. You're exactly right on that. I caught that too, dog. You so right on that. Slapping for that one, dog.
That's what happens when you get a Heineken stars in the top of your head. Like an idiot. Idiot.
That's what happens. You're exactly right. I thought I was the only one that knew that, dog.
Hold on, am I the only one that also saw this in the video?
It is. I don't know.
Young Thug flying private jets with stacks of money. He go to the hood where his mama washing dishes.
And
bruh, you got stacks of money, your girl in the beans and the washing dishes, and you jumping off private plane. Man, we all jacked up, man.
Stacks of money. Nah, you should have took her to a whole nother location. You feel what I'm saying? That would have been the flex, right? But hey, y'all already know what it is, man. Leave a like, subscribe, comment, all the other good stuff, man. We up and about this thing. Peace in the Middle East. You already know what it is. Shout out to Coach Hayes, man. This is the prime debate. Yeah.
There it is. Peace.